Hello! Hi! Hello, everybody! Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with most of, not all, we are missing our fearless, great horned one leader. Kay, if you're watching this, we miss you! And hopefully we'll see you next week. But for the rest, we are here with the new moon. Everybody take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
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 Hello.
Hello. Welcome. For those that have no idea what the heck this is, hi, we're a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, having 5 parties living, existing, breathing in the same homebrew world as long as they have breath to breathe in this the world of Astera. So this is your first, second, third, or umpteenth time watching this. Hi, welcome. Enjoy the party. Grab yourself some coffee or something, or whatever, a beverage of sorts. That's my new intro. What do you guys think? It's good, solid.
Jack, graceful.
Jack gave me a fist bump, so I'm good. I'm happy. Awesome. So we have some stuff that will be coming down the pipeline, but we're going to kind of hold off on that for at least the next couple of weeks. So the only thing I will say for those that haven't heard before, if you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you're watching this, whether that's on YouTube or Twitch. Please and thank you. Helps us out a ton. Also, you can check out our Instagram and TikTok down below at It's a Long Story _TTRPG, where our beloved Kay actually spends a good amount of their time working to make us look good in clips of our drama or our comedy or our silly fun laughs. So yeah, please check them out and feel free to like and follow. That helps us out a ton too. So thank you. That is it for our intro. So we're going to, before we jump into tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off. And tonight it is Nathan's turn. So Nathan, please take it away.
So last we left off, the party woke up. We'd leveled up and rested. We had a really interesting moment where Jett was trying to write his will when Codex decided to grasp his horns to get him to stop being distracted, and Ianthe decided it was a good idea to stare at the moon and then cast Detect Thoughts, and heard everybody's morning thoughts, including the fact that Barb is British, apparently. We found that out last week. That was awesome. The party began moving and decided to go around Mesetti rather than going through it, taking an extra day of travel. And when trying to sneak by a draw, it was a bridge, right? And it had 2 watchtowers. They were detected by a party of 6 hunters, one of which was named Katsuda, that the party lovingly called Bone Daddy. Ianthe convinced them not to attack us after Jett pissed one of them off. And then convinced the hunting party convinced us to go to Mesetti for a meal. The dinner was more of a festival procession kind of tribalistic meeting, where the party noticed 2 different tribes. The Naquari, who are the ritualistic cannibals. They're not just eating people, just, and then the Kurinari, who are basically they look more like commoners, but they worship Ostial, who is, the bone deity that Prisha worships. And then they were given a tent and asked to give up their possessions until the feast was over, all of their weapons and such. Then they were escorted by Eri, who is kind of like an elder for them, I would assume, and can speak common, where they had a feast. And then, I believe her name was Carrie, right?
That sounds right.
The other one. Yeah. So Carrie.
Kerry,
Yeah.
like Kerry.
Okay. Who turned out to be Aries' daughter, walks up to Jett asking if
Hold on a second, Nathan.
Yep.
Some weird. Yep. Okay, cool. Now you're back.
Okay. Who turned out to be Ares' daughter, walked up to Jett asking to touch him and his scales, and he took one off and showed it to her, and then she traded back a bead from her hair, which Jett then put on his horn, not realizing that this was a tradition for showing interest in a relationship. And then Kay, the young runt who Jett had earlier punked, challenged him for his own and for the honor of Carrie. Meanwhile, Ianthe pissed off Alyssa by trying to grieve in someone else's bed. Titian is going through it. And being very quiet and standoffish. And Adim has walked up with Jett to a duel that Kay has challenged Jett to. And as Jett offers his hand, Kay dishonorably charges forward. I believe that's where we left off. If I missed anything, I apologize. Somebody jump in and yell at me.
Yep. No, that's great. Anything? First off, thank you, Nathan. Please take that point of inspiration that you may so desperately need.
I will definitely need it.
What? Yeah. Anything else we need to add, friends? All right.
Did you mention that Titian is with you, like on the sidelines of the duel, working your corner, so to speak?
I did not say that, but you are there as well. And I think Grian is standing a little ways off between Ianthe and us, right? Somewhere in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And we will absolutely verify for sure in a second. So yes. Cool. Anything else? Alrighty. Cool. Well, oh boy. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna do something. Hold on, I'm doing something. Okay. Where are you at? Okay. Yeah, I'll take that.
I'm assuming you would like me to roll initiative as well.
I didn't say the magic words yet. This is technically still the intro. Until, oh my gosh, okay. I'm sorry. There's one thing I've been very behind on that I need to fix. And that may or may not be your opponent. Okay.
So what has been y'all's favorite part of this intro so far? I just thought we would do go around and maybe talk about that.
My favorite is Sally Field as Ostial.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Ostial.
In the background.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I deserve this. I deserve all of this.
As fast as
it's in the Discord. Just go check it, Joe.
Hold on. We're wasting a great opportunity to get like new viewers in, y'all.
Oh no!
Hold on. I'm just gonna hold on. Wicked, the movie Wicked, the movie. It's a movie called Wicked. See,
Don't
if
you
just
dare.
mention enough.
Don't you dare!
Everyone
Is there
else
a movie out called Wicked?
I think there's a movie called Wicked.
Do you want to
And
open the
it's-
door? Because I'll bang it down and go through.
It must have it must have been out for so long. There's already so much stuff about it.
It must be a horror movie of some sort because it's called Wicked, right?
Right.
Mhm.
And it's got witches, so horror, right? Horror?
Yeah.
And
Do they
witches
eat kids?
are
Are these
all
are
bad.
these those kind of witches or?
I don't know.
God, I hate
Probably,
this so
probably.
much.
It must be.
It's really helpful knowing that not one of these look like Sally Fields to me. So that's good. Okay, cool. Let's. You guys want to play some D&D?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the spirit. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Not that it really matters since I'm not fighting, but dirty 20.
It might not.
17.
Grian for 15.
What do you?
I'm gonna ask Amorum. Okay. All right. Does someone want to roll, if they can keep track of their number? If someone wants to roll for Alyssa.
I'm on it.
Got it.
She's gonna have the cupcake dice today. Oh shit. Oh shit. Alyssa rolled a natural 18.
Shit.
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Good. Who am I looking for? Oh, yeah. Prisha got a 10. Okay, here we go. I got Tish.
14.
Let me ask.
Great, guys.
Hey, everybody, wait. On the count of 3, everybody yell your initiative out at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
58. Oh,
18,
Perfect. I want you all to know that's exactly what it sounds like in my head. So I do have, ironically, I do have Titians, I do have Greens. Ianthe.
10.
Okay. Cool. We'll say because you're here, you automatically go first. Adeem.
Dirty 20.
Alyssa got a dirty 20. Okay. Jett.
14.
14. Okay. And then I have Green at 15. Is that correct?
correct.
Awesome. Okay. Okay, so setting the scene, you were all sort of at first hauled around a campfire that has, or this large bonfire that now has a scene of a different sort going on, where we saw some not necessarily friendly but not lethal bout of hand-to-hand combat, seemingly something that is normal for the feast of this size. In the midst of all of that, Brandon. All right, mid-game chat is gone. I can't. Sorry. It's so easy to break me, guys. You can't just post Sally Fields on there. In the midst of all that, Kay, the begrudged, quick to anger, maybe, but also seemingly challenged figure, is, or I should say challenged by Jett figure, has motioned for Jett to come into the ring, and what seems like a possibly a sort of, I don't want to say friendly bout, maybe respectful bout, has quickly turned into an area of disrespect based on what Jett, and I will say just for simplicity's sake, unless you want to say specifically you probably didn't hear that, I will say it would make sense for everyone in the party to be able to understand basically what's going on in the involvement with Carrie and Kay. Unless you guys want to roll for it.
I'll do a roll.
Yeah, let's all roll for it. See if you understand what's going on.
And
Can I roll for it or no?
No, you know.
What are we rolling?
Insight.
Okay.
That's a nat 20 for a 25.
I may have
You
rolled
have no
this
idea.
last
Just kidding.
session. I may
Okay.
have gotten the information session.
I got a 15, but I speak primordial, so it might help
Mhm.
if they're talking.
Yeah.
15's good.
I rolled a 22.
Okay, cool. Oh, now that we got that out of the way, you guys all know. Beautiful. Oh, puppy. You guys just keep posting things. I gotta put the Discord down for this. Cool. So, as there is a hand outstretched towards Towards K, the figure shown here. The figure kind of gives a nasty sort of snarl and lunges at you, Jett, to begin the combat. I'm going to say he does not get a surprise round on you. This is actually going to be going for an initiative, but he is starting first. Okay. All right. Does he get? He doesn't even get this. Yeah, that's great. Cool, cool. Awesome. All right. First attack. Does a dirty 20 hit?
Yes.
Cool. You might as well just tell me what your AC is, actually, just for now.
It's a 15.
Beautiful. Okay.
Same as mine, Jett.
Yeah, but I can't haste myself. I can't
Okay.
cast anything right now.
I will tell you the rest of them were higher than that, so all three are going to hit. I need dice.
Did you say he's hitting 3 times this round, Joe?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Why can't I math? Sorry. 11. Yeah, okay, cool. It is 20 points of bludgeoning damage. As you see him, the first attack, he kind of like pushes forward hard with both hands, and you feel, Jett, there is a force that's been focused in on a like kind of measuring up your stature and recognizing from this sort of juncture, he's able to kind of like push you back. So you were pushed back 5 feet, and then he kind of lunges in for a second punch that manages to kind of clock you right on the side of the face. People immediately start to kind of go up in cheering, not really recognizing if this is taking a violent turn or not, or more violent turn. He used Flurry of Blows. I'll tell you exactly what he did. I apologize. You actually give me a strength or dexterity saving throw. Your choice.
Well, we're going to go dex, and that is a saving throw. That is a 17.
Cool. So you don't actually get pushed back as he kind of like goes and hits, and then there's kind of like point where you're able to like kind of plant your feet back. Maybe that tail like kind of like stands down to the ground, and you see him kind of like give this like very, very angry sort of, and then kind of comes up and just clocks you right in the side of the face. That is the end of his turn. It is your turn.
All right. So I believe he called out a dragon, correct? He called when he was calling us out last week.
Oh, he said dragon. Yes.
He said dragon, right?
Yeah.
So in turn, I would like to bonus action sprout my wings.
Okay.
As more of like an intimidation factor. Oh, you're going to jump at me? I'm going to sprout my wings. And mainly to use them to balance myself because he just knocked the crap out of me.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try to play it up a little bit.
Cool.
And the only thing I can do is take a swipe with my claw.
Yeah, I like it.
So we're doing it. That is a natural 20 for a 24.
Yeah. Yeah, that absolutely hits for sure.
Heck yeah. This is going to be the most damage Jett's ever done with melee. Come on, 4, come on, 4. 3, so that is 6 points of slashing damage.
Great. That's really good. Go ahead and tell me what, like, following up with that nat 20, go ahead and tell me what that, like, sort of, like, looks like from Jett on being able to perfectly sort of, like, manage to be able to get in the exact spot you're wanting to.
Oh, it's definitely, like, the wings sprout, and he just, like, goes dead in the face and realizes that this guy, like, it's predator and prey, it's fight or flight, and it's like it's on. So I think he's just going to shout both out loud and in Kay's mind at the same time, and he's going to say dishonor, and just like as he takes the hits, instead of like backing away, he's just going to like take them and then just look at him and just swipe at him.
Where are you hitting him?
Across the shoulder, just as like a Just
Okay.
a little swipe. I'm not trying to kill him in any way.
You got it. I'll say with that nat 20 on the idea of like trying to kind of like warn, like, hey, I have claws. This is like you managed to kind of like get pretty deep in from that initial cut, and you're able to pull back just enough to be able to not like damage any sort of internal organs. But there's immediately a spurt of blood from the shoulder as he kind of gets launched back.
And that's gonna do it for me.
And you see him kind of like take a step back and sort of like try to lunge back at you again. In the meantime, though, what we're going to be holding on for this initiative, at least for now, is if there's anything that anyone else wants to do. You guys can say you don't have to. This basically, I would say this first round is going to absolutely go to them anyways. But now we're going to be kind of including you all in the initiative. These could be checks to see if there's like anything, you know, nasty going on, if there's other stuff that's happening, if this is a distraction. These are just examples. In no specific order. But yeah. So I'll do the first time, I'll just kind of walk through, and the second time I'll say if somebody wants to do something, just shout out. Adeem, you are first.
I don't remember the name, and I couldn't find it. The more elder leader type of the fighters that were talking to us.
Katsuda?
Yeah, thank you, Katsuda. Is he staying in the circle watching?
He is not. He actually, it looks like he's started to make his way back towards the place where... I'll say, actually, give me a... I'll say a perception check for simplicity's sake, I think.
Well, I mean, there's something else I want to do, so but if it's an action, it's not that important.
It's not. Yeah. This would be just kind of prior to the match.
Okay. 12.
Okay, cool. With a 12, it's enough to be able to recognize that there is a possibility, based on like the time frame that you saw Katsuda, like someone came to Katsuda's ear, said something to him, and he left minutes before.
Okay.
There's a possibility that Katsuda was actually replacing Kay as post of being.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would want to do two things, but one's movement and one's an action. So for movement, I want to place just walk around the fight and try to place myself so that I want where the party was sitting. I want the fight to be between where the party was sitting and me. So like if we walked over to the pit, I want to walk around the fighting area so that I can see both where we were sitting and the fight.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. We could say that like you're. We'll say that you're doing like a slow round around.
Exactly. And I'm not like hunkering down and drawing. I don't have weapons to draw, but I'm not like going to jump in. I'm just moving slowly to watch.
Cool. You do see that there's more people that are kind of like gathered around for this, as this is a big difference than any sort of normal feast that they would be having. So I will say just a low DC. We'll say a low DC dexterity saving throw to not be like accidentally punched from like someone like putting a fist up in the air as you're walking around.
12.
12's enough. Yeah.
Okay. And even if someone did that, I've been in brawls before. Okay, whatever. I'm not going to start a fight.
There's a possibility of this becoming like a bar fight level situation where like.
Although fun for Dean, that's not his goal. And then I don't know if I can do both these things at the same time. So if I can't, let me know.
Okay.
On one hand, I would like to begin watching Kay because I need to watch him for a minute. I want to know his level.
Okay. You got it.
But I also kind of want to take a look just around to see if there's people either with Kay or more importantly against Kay.
Okay. I'll say I'm going to ask this.
It takes a full minute for his level, so that's why I say I want to begin.
Yeah, so I will say there's a very little chance that this fight will last that long.
Oh, I know. But
I think
you watching him, like I just want to just get a feel for him.
Yeah, I want to give you a possibility at this. Okay. So I'm going to say either we can choose option B, or we choose option A, and I'll give you of trying to figure out his level. And I'll give you a roll for it. An investigation roll DC would be 15.
I'll do option B. It can take time. I'm not trying.
Fair enough.
This isn't. It's the more important half of it is seeing who's with or against him.
You got it.
I'm just a little curious about levels in general, and since I can pull one a minute, I intend to while we're here.
Okay, cool.
I'm just eyeing the entire everybody in the room. Once I figure one out, I'm going to the next.
Yeah.
And then the next. And then the next. I'm starting now.
I'll have. We're gonna have some fun with this. I'm feeling very, very giving today. It's Thanksgiving week, so maybe it's that. But because I think there's a couple different ways that you could try to figure this out. I would allow either for a religion, a nature, or an insight check.
Oh, it just doesn't happen.
I'm sorry?
I thought it just happened after a minute. Like if I watch them for a minute, I know.
For option A, yes, that will happen for me. I was talking about for option B, which was the try to figure out who's allies and who's not.
Oh, for that one. Okay, so you said nature, insight, or
nature, insight, or religion. And we'll say honestly, depending on what you decide to choose to roll on, insight is personal sort of connection sort of things.
Yeah.
Nature would be in this case kind of like a human nature thing, and then the religion would be kind of like culturally kind of driving.
I'm gonna just to be honest to a Adim, I'm gonna use insight. Just watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that will be a 9. So I'm probably just like, hey, they're all cheering for the fight. Okay.
I'll give you this with a 9. You see that there is one figure that looks to be kind of like whispering something in someone else's ear that is on the opposite end of where you are in the crowd. So kind of closer to Kay, but has this kind of has this look that transcends cultural boundaries of this kind of sort of conceited grin.
Okay.
You get the feeling that this person does want Kay to be put in their place.
Okay. I mentally mark that person and then continue watching the fight as calmly as possible.
Awesome. Beautiful. I love it. What a turn. Who is last in the initiative here? Ianthe. Ianthe, roll me a d20 for Alyssa, please.
Three.
Okay, cool. Alyssa sees, and I'll say whoever is closest by Alyssa, you just will naturally see this. So if you guys think that you're closer, that's what you're seeing. You see Alyssa seems to be okay until Jett kind of loosens the wings. Looking at that as more of a violent sort of gesture. You see her kind of, we'll say that she's kind of in a sitting position. You see that she's actually kind of shaking her legs a little bit. Seems to be nervous. And I will tell you that I'll put her at a 1. Okay. All right. Titian, you're up.
Yes. She kills everybody. No. The first thing Titian's gonna notice is the fight's on, but he's still caught up in the conversations he was sort of having last week. How many eyes are on Titian right now? Even with this fight going on, are there any eyes that are still on Titian in this moment?
Give me a perception check.
Perception. Math is hard. 16? Yes, 16.
Okay. 16, you see most of the figures that are closer towards the fight seem to be focusing on the fight now. But those that are far enough away, you'd say about half of them look at you. Tell me that number one more time.
16.
16? Yeah. So half of them seem to look at you more out of curiosity.
Okay. No detection of malice or anything, then?
No detection of malice.
All right. I'm keeping my turn short. I'm going to hold. Tell me if this is too vague, Joe. I want to hold an action to jump in and let out a daunting roar if Jett is starting to get overtaken. And I say that in two ways. And this is what I'm sort of saying. If Jett is starting to get, like, if he's getting beat up, he's getting beat up. But if Kay seems like he's going to keep going...
Give me mechanics answer to that. Because that could be very...
If Jett falls unconscious and Kay keeps... if
going.
at any point Jett falls unconscious and it keeps going, and or if more than one combatant enters the ring against Jett, those would be the circumstances I'd like to jump in with.
Okay.
I
will say
understand that might be too much.
It would be too much. Yeah, pick one of those.
If Jett falls unconscious, if for this round, if Jett falls unconscious and the fight is not immediately end.
I like that answer. That's good. Cool. Awesome. All right. It is now Kay's turn. Kay kind of does a moment where he he takes the sort of like heavy sort of marks of claws in and just smears the blood over his chest. Lets out another roar and comes running after Jett once more. Okay, we're going to do the first attack. It is a 16 to hit, which I believe beats yours. And I need a strength or dex saving throw.
15.
Okay. Yeah, you beat it. Cool. The first attack, you see Kay actually goes up and over your horns. That kind of like does like a big like sort of like jumping sort of thing. As I imagine you're probably a little taller than him. As kind of like pulls you down, trying to get you into a headlock, and is coming up for that hit. With his other hand, is able to connect with that, but you're easily able to kind of like shove off the grapple from that. So you'll still take damage from the hit, but you take 7 points of damage. How much ki does this little boy have? Okay. And is going to flurry of blows again.
Ooh.
Okay. First just hits with a 15. Second one's higher. Those are poopy. 6. 9 points of damage from 2 more strikes as he kind of like ducks down, kind of goes under you, and is now trying to push up against you, and giving you like 2 hard hits in the stomach. I'll say with those wings kind of outstretched, it seems like he's trying to kind of push you back once again, but there's no luck from that. You're just too dang big. Cool. That will end Kay's turn. So Grian, technically it is your turn before it is Jett's.
I think Grian is just going to... I think I'm just going to watch the fight, because I think these two need to duke it out. I think it's something I've seen before, quite a few times growing up. I think they just... And most of the stuff I do is magical anyways, and trying to keep low-key for now. So, I'm just going to watch the fight, see how it progresses, maybe scan the crowd for somebody who could capture my attention a little bit more, and yeah.
So no one is specific, just a general sort of
I'm over here, Graham.
general sort of hot check, as it were.
Right, yeah. We're doing a hot
cool.
check and watching the fight.
Awesome.
Gets people riled up, gets emotions going, fuel,
Okay.
Let's just, yeah. Also, I've got Priscilla's turn, so.
You have Priscilla's turn?
Whenever Kay is out, I'm on her character for you, for fights and stuff, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Awesome. Grian, roll me a perception check. Before you do, Before you do, I'm going to tell you if it's a 15 or higher, you describe to me who you find.
Great. So it's a dirty 20. It's probably he's a little bit older, right? He's probably not necessarily a fighter because they're out in the wilds doing their thing.
Okay.
But he's definitely someone who like helps do some of the manual labor around the village. Definitely a little bit seasoned, maybe a few scars here and there from his own little brawls.
I love that this is
Yeah.
in between. This is in between Kay and Jett. This respect having them in the middle screen.
It's great. Probably looks like Kay, but a little bit, but like taller, maybe like 6'2", 6'4".
Yeah. Yeah.
More well muscled, a little more scars. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will say to be able to kind of add the cultural sort of spin to this, most figures of his physique most likely would be considered to be possible guards or hunters or things like that. I'll say you notice that he seems to be he seems to have a makeshift sort of splint on his shin, like just below, as you are
That's fine.
sizing him up.
And I imagine he's also got like no shirt, maybe
Of
like
course.
maybe just like the pants or like whatever they wear around their waist above the pants. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Notably, very few men here wear shirts. It is very.
Yeah.
It's nice. Jett. Brandon, please take a point of inspiration for playing Grian to a T. I love that. Jett, it is your turn, sir.
Well, I picture Jett's just like taking the punches and using his wings to keep his balance. He's not
Cool.
even trying to like dodge anymore. It's just you want to go. It's like we're just going, and
Hell yeah.
we're gonna try to use my retractable claws again. Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
Awesome. Come on, D4, don't fail me now. 3 more points of slashing damage. And this time it's just like they're just trading blows and just tearing at each other.
Beautiful. Yeah, so for this, we can't really see necessarily where that hit happens, but it is lethal. Or not lethal, excuse me. It is
Definitely not lethal.
it's effective, we'll say. Yeah. Cool. Okay. It is now. So as you're able to kind of like I think in that moment as he is like trying to just kind of like aim low, you realize he's just like you're kind of like trying to time it right and recognize that he's not covering his face well enough, and you just catch right from there, right in the side. As you hear everybody kind of like cheer hard at that, yeah, cool. We see like a little bit of blood like kind of like just splurt out of his mouth, and it like seems to kind of go on the crowd. And they're digging it. They love it. It's great. Because they be crazy. Cool. All right. It is now... I think it's Ianthe's turn, actually. Ianthe, what's your dex?
I think it's 14. It's +2. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yep, so you're before Prisha.
Cool. Cool. Nah, I'll stop that. So I had made a note that I was standing next to Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie. Yeah.
Yep. So I'd like to just like lean over to her, and he's not gonna kill Jett, will he?
Cave. Cave. Very passionate warrior.
Mm. If you stepped in and put a stop to it, what would that do?
That would be dishonoring to the fight.
But I thought none of this was. I mean,
It would be a dishonor from me.
oh. Well, I wouldn't ask that of you. How do I stop him from killing my friend? Because please understand, I will intervene if it looks like that's going that way.
I don't.
I'd really rather not.
I think in it's more power, not killing.
Okay.
Anthony, roll me an inside check DC 8.
8. Okay. Oh, hey, that's not a d20, so don't roll that one. What'd you get here? Yeah, natural 9. Plus quite a few.
What an answer! That's so good. Cool.
Total 14. Thank you.
14. Yes, of course. You get the idea that it's tricky. Carrie is not. She's not absolutely saying whether or not Kay would kill Jett. You get the feeling that right now, in this moment, at this round, Carrie doesn't hate this.
Of course she doesn't.
Carrie seems to be a little bit older than you. How old is Anthony, actually?
22.
22, yeah. So you see, like, Carrie's probably in her 30s.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else for my Anthony?
Oh, gosh. Do I want to do the thing? No, not yet. I'm just going to hold Alyssa's hand and give it like a little reassuring squeeze.
Okay, cool. I'm sorry, Jill. I should just stop rolling. We should just assume the best outcome, right? You give Alyssa's hand a little squeeze. She pulls her hand out from your grasp and just kind of gives you a look. And she's still just nervously kind of just shaking her leg.
Everything's going to be fine.
Okay.
I think Anthony's not sure if she's reassuring Alyssa or herself.
Mm-hmm. The amount of times you said that, Ianthe, there's also a little bit of a boy cried wolf sort of thing.
I know. When is it ever fine?
Yeah. So there's a very empty okay in response to that. Beautiful. We'll pause you there. Prisha is up. Brandon, what's Prisha doing?
So I imagine she's in this place, right, where people have to, like, worship her, right? So I imagine there's a part of her that doesn't know how to take it all in, but she is taking it all in because she does have to keep up this persona. So she is standing at the edge of the ring. I'm assuming there's people have kind of like made way for her to kind of sit there and watch, almost as like judge and jury. And
I wouldn't say that much, but I would say they're definitely giving her room.
yeah. And she, knowing the tribe, knowing like the tribal rituals and just like who they are as like a people, not necessarily deep into the rituals, but how she's interacted, she is also going to stand there and let them watch and see how they do. But she will intervene with a healing word. So hold action, healing word, if it gets too far on either side. So if they're like one's down and gonna kill the other, she'll use a healing word to get in there.
Okay. I am gonna say that I think Prisha would also be very much aware of how much this area will look down upon magic. And in Prisha's sake, there's a lot more connection to like we'll see what happens. You get what I'm saying? There's also like for Prisha to use magic here, no matter what, could possibly ruin things in a more broader sense than even if one of you did. Does that make sense? Because she lives here essentially. But we'll see what happens. I'll say honestly that might be worth just messaging Kaon if you have the time. So I think that's a tricky one. But all right. So we'll take it from there. Adeem, we're back at the top of the order. So I will say my first inclination was to basically say, like, anything you guys want to do here, you can certainly just shout it out. Obviously, you guys kind of clearly seem to have some sort of like things that you want to be doing, so we'll kind of just make sure we run that. We'll run through that list the same way. And if it's like same thing as what I said last turn, totally fine. So Adeem, you're up.
Basically the same thing I said last time. I want to make sure, if at all possible, I can be on the closest, the closest part of the ring to the fight. Like I want to move up.
So you want to be on the inside.
As possible. I want to be like if I took a step, I'd be in the fight.
You got it. Cool.
Other than that, just watching, like impassively, like I'm just judging both of them.
Cool. You got it. All right. Sounds good. It is Alyssa's turn. Hearing that empty no. Oh, man. Alyssa. Good Lord. You're done, Dice. Goes up to a 2. As she is not reassured by her compatriot in this moment. Despite best efforts, Chelsea. Titian, it is you.
It was half-assed at best.
Just by judging the fighter, does Kay look even close to bloody?
Give me a medicine check.
Okay, 16 plus 1, 17.
I'm going to roll a deception on that because that's fun. Cool. When did I roll that? Yeah. K is bloody.
Kay is bloody. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You see, it is not reflecting on his face, but you can notice that like you get it from like a soldier's perspective. Like you see the labor breathing, moving just a little bit slower. Yeah.
I'm going to do the same thing, except I want to switch a little bit. I want to jump in with Daunting Roar if at any point one of the fighters goes down and the fight does not end immediately. So if Kay goes down and Jett doesn't finish,
when you say down,
unconscious.
Okay, gotcha. So if the fight continues, even though one of them is unconscious,
yes,
you got it.
So
cool. Yeah, you can do that. Sweet. It is now Kay's turn. Trying to see if there's anything else. Any other tricks up his sleeve that he would have. Okay. He is going to Jett, seeing that you are kind of an immovable target. He is going to try his best to we'll say, just for flavor wise, he just does this. He basically kind of like looking at your like large form and noticing that you're not able to be moved. He's going to run at you, and as you like kind of like go to sort of like close in on him, he's going to slide in between your legs. Excuse me. And is going to like hit a hard arm, like a hard elbow into your tail, as he's going to try to grapple one more time. That is a 16 to hit, so go ahead and give me that strength or dexterity saving throw.
That is a 13 plus 2 is 15. He's grappling me, correct?
He's trying to. That was what the roll was for.
Do I spend the inspiration? No, I'll let him have it.
You got it. He fails. 15 was enough. But he does manage to do full damage, as there is an area that you have never really felt a heavy blow, which is just at like the base of your tail on, I think, as he's able to just smack right into that. That is 9 points of damage. And then I will say for this next moment, he is trying to he is going to get up and try to like basically he seems to be trying to pull your wings out of socket. So he's going to get up and is going to be trying to sort of like do that as his last flurry of blows. Both hit. Uh, 14 points of damage. As he like tries to do that, you definitely feel like something kind of like you feel something pull and crack a little bit, Jett. We'll say from your left wing. As you feel the pain from that, and he drops down from that, having to let go, and is on his hands and knees, huffing and puffing. But not done yet. Well, I mean, he's done with his turn, but yeah. Cool. Grian, you're up, and then it's Jett.
So collectively agreeing that we're all just not going to let the other opponent slash through the other one's death saves. I'm going to continue to just watch the fight as I like mosey on my way around the ring and stand up next to our big strapping friend. And just turn and say, "Good fight." Yeah. Pray to God he understands common. Pray to Sally Field.
Hey, Gran.
Uh-huh.
You pray to Sally Fields. Go and give me a religion check. Hey, if you get this on this religion check, I quit.
Also, you just got an inspiration for this, so spend it if you got it.
You're right. It was a 13. Does that, you know, it just... That's a dirty 20 with inspiration.
Why would this guy know common?
It's simple common, I think. You know, maybe he's
He understands more than he speaks. We'll say that.
Yeah, that's fine. I get that.
You see, Joe, he's secretly a genius.
He's secretly a genius.
Grian doesn't want him to talk. Come on. man.
There's a whole
He speaks.
He's not just
17
brawn.
languages.
there's a whole
intelligent.
backstory where he actually did this injury to himself to get out of the physical labor stuff because he knows that his genius is better spent elsewhere.
It's all about
He's just-
body language. Come on,
He's just
guys.
misunderstood. He's just misunderstood, and if only there was an outsider, perhaps one with a beard and
A young
cross belt
24
across his
something.
chest, that could
Uh,
just hold him and just understand, listen. all night
he looks yeah okay, cool. All right, here we go. He looks at you, kind of does like a sort of very quick glance up and down, and goes, yes, good, and then winces at his leg.
Ugh, why can't I use magic? Okay.
I mean, in open combat you can't.
But in the privacy of your own tent, who knows?
That's right.
Did you hurt yourself in a fight like this? And you just hear like
yes. Cat. And points to the moorbounder up there.
oh, that was you. By yourself?
There's once again another cultural source. She just goes,
Fight. You fight alone?
Sorry.
no, but only hurt.
Well, that's still impressive. And I won't take up too much of
Yeah.
this 6
I think
second combat round.
I think in this moment, Alyssa has now shifted her glare from Ianthe to Grian.
If you need inspiration, Joe, there is a picture of him in mid-game chat.
Yes, give it to me. This is
That's
what I want.
what I'm saying. Do this.
Beautiful. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna say something that might really spoil this. Kind of looks like Grian in the face to me.
I did it in mid-journey, so I don't know. It was my
Grian
creation.
being attracted to someone that kind of looks like him.
Right,
It kinda looks like- yeah.
These aren't anything but shallow. Like, come on.
I like it.
If it was a natural 20, it would have been a clone, though, right?
Wait till you hear
Yes.
of boyfriend twins, and it'll throw everything off.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh God.
no.
No.
That is real. That is so real.
100%.
Why I cannot find a date to say like, come on.
I don't. Oh yeah. Wow. There's a whole other world. Okay. Back to the bloodshed.
Whole new world, if one might say. We're kicking the Disney references. Okay, yeah, that'll end my turn. It's all good.
You got it. Jett, kill.
No, I don't want to kill him, but I think he's kind of like crouched down now, right? Because he just let go and he's huffing.
Yeah,
and
you
puffing.
you turn around and you see him just like his head is still up, but he is like. There's a lot of you to take down. I mean,
Just hit point wise, thank you.
well, I mean, what I'm saying is like,
funny.
dude, you add in the wings, like the wingspan of a figure that is able to get off the ground with them. Like that's in his mind, it's like I take down the big thing first. So yeah, that's what he's looking at. But yes, it's your turn.
So mechanically, all I can do is either try to do a grapple or a claw. So I'm gonna do a claw.
Yeah.
But I think in this moment, Jett's gonna kind of realize that it's kind of it's gonna be over soon, no matter what. So it's like take your best shot when you can. And I think since he's kind of like crouched down, breathing heavy, Jett's just gonna try to like tackle him and just claw at him. You know, just not a grapple, but he's gonna do an attack, but he's gonna like pounce at him. If that
I'll tell you
makes
what.
sense.
I will give you, just for flavor, for fun on here, you can choose to either attack him or try to knock him prone. I'll say with you on top of him. So saying like it would be a saving throw for him to be able to get out of it, which means it would be his action to be able to get out of it. Because that's fun.
My strength is so bad, I think I'm just going to take the attack.
That's fair. 100%. Yeah. You go to launch at him. He kind of like is able to move out of the way, but you're able to kind of, go ahead and roll.
I rolled a 1, but I am spending my heroic inspiration.
You got it.
And I will try this again because I will not go out that badly. 19.
Nat 1, I was going to do something bad on you, too.
I wasn't that one. That's why I was like, nope.
Cool. 19 definitely hits as he's able to kind of like literally kind of leap aside, but you're able to kind of get him as he's coming by.
4 points of damage.
Got it.
And then Jett's just kind of roll one shoulder, his left shoulder, because his wings feeling weird. So, like when you roll his shoulder because you pulled something, and then his wings kind of there too, so...
Yes. Okay. Oops. There we go. That's what I want to do. Okay. 4 points of damage. Right.
And I think Jett would yell, like, yield. And the other guy probably doesn't understand what he's saying, but...
Yield? Yeah, yield is a weird word.
That's true.
So we'll say that for the first, because obviously he's not at a point yet to give up yet. So I'm going to say yield. You're not sure whether or not he didn't understand or is just choosing to fight on through. Awesome. Okay. Ianthe, it is your turn. Prisha's on deck.
Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to do.
You could say I just keep the same. I just watch the fight. Just for the record, this is
Yeah,
everybody.
I think I'm just going to keep watching. I would like to, I don't know if this counts as magic, but I'm going to do it. I am just going to do like a, you've got this, Jett. I believe in you, and I will inspire Jett.
Okay.
I forgot I could do that.
I'll count it. I like it. Bardic inspiration, in this case, doesn't have to be magic. That might not be fair to the others. I'll say, Chelsea, roll for it for me.
Okay.
This is to see if it
I'm
works
okay.
or not.
I'm okay with it not being magic.
Same. I've always imagined it just be like words of encouragement. Like I've never
Yeah,
seen
11
it
or
as
higher.
a magical thing.
It's a 10.
Not this round, at least.
No.
So we'll say for this, you're not able to be reached over the din. Okay. Prisha's turn. Anything different for Prisha?
No, I think she's gonna hold. Because my idea would be to do the same thing, but in like the least magical way possible.
You got it.
But-
Okay, cool. Yeah, baby, cool. Adim, on your turn, you notice that as Kay is cut from his side, he is like kind of diving out of the way and seems to knock into, like, honestly, barely knock into the knees of the figure that was like kind of gave that sort of like nasty, sort of like shit-eating grin style smirk, and you see that figure actually like picks Kay up and pushes him into the center. Kay is able to stay on his feet, but Deem, this is you. I don't know if you were. You're muted.
Yeah, sorry, I had a message from school.
It's all good.
6:47 p.m. Okay.
Nope.
So you saw the guy that you saw like seemed to have that like kind of like maybe not a fan of Kay, like kind of like gently got knocked into by Kay and actually picks him up and throws him into the center. Kay is able to stay on his feet, but it is definitely a dick move.
Yeah. I'm not going to step in. I'm watching.
You got it.
I'm Yeah, I'm. It's their fight for now. I know when I will step in. So similar to Titian, if when one of them falls, um, I am going to approach Kay.
Okay. Cool.
Whichever one falls, I will approach Kay.
You got it. Okay. It is Jett. What are you at hit point wise?
21.
Hot. Cool. All right. I'm going to say it is probably closer than you think. So this will be interesting. Well, cool. All right. So we'll say from here on out, just to be able to kind of like maneuver this fight sort of forward, we'll say unless there's something that is specifically like at this point, this is going to be something that I really need to do before this next person's turn comes in. Just shout it out. Cool. Interrupt me. Fair. Cool. So Alyssa's turn. We got to roll for that. That Alyssa passes that one fine. Doesn't take a point down, but doesn't go up. She's at 2. As you kind of like feel like this warmth next to her that you are that Ianthe you kind of even recognize has a different sort of feel to you. It almost has this like weird sort of like tingly sort of thing as opposed to natural fire that you're feeling from the bonfire you're right next to. So that is Alyssa's turn. It'll be Titian's turn. It is now Kay's turn. Kay kind of like rights himself up, kind of like looks in that direction, gives it sort of like a snarl, and then is going to in the space around is going to do just a full like sort of like roundhouse kick towards Jett's face. It's a dirty 20 to hit. He's rolling pretty well actually. That is a 7 points of damage.
Ow.
And yeah, those hurt. Cool. And you can see like he ends his turn once again, kind of like on his knees, or hands on his knees, just kind of like trying to breathe. And you'll see like he actually puts like one arm up, like kind of close to his face, like trying to kind of like guard it out. But yeah, you see it's a lot of effort to do that. Jett, is your turn.
So Jett is also looking like that hit. He might have like lost a tooth. Like there's a tooth somewhere in the audience. Like Jett just got the absolute crap knocked out of him, and he's just gonna look.
You hear a
back at
cheer
this
from
guy.
one of the other like ah as they're holding up your tooth.
Jett's gonna smirk and just look down at this guy, and he's gonna be like, and he's just gonna nod and just charge at him. Like there's all I've got is one move, and I'm gonna use it until I'm knocked unconscious.
You got it.
That is a 17 plus 4. Yeah, that's what I like to see. One more. Come on, not a 1, not a 1. 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay. You got it.
And would I get the sense that this... He's looking real rough too, right?
Oh yeah.
Could I use like a bonus action to try to like make eye contact and just like stop and like retract one, like hold out one hand and retract the claws and reach out like to him? Would that be dishonorable to him? Would I get that?
Because I don't want to dishonorable to just stop the fight like that.
Yeah, that's my question to you before I would attempt it. Because
right. Religion check. I'll say DC 11.
Okay, I got a +5. We got that. That's 14 plus 5 is 19.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to get him down to a point where he's able to submit.
Gotcha. Okay, then that is my turn, and Jett's just gonna kind of get up there and just kind of breathe, and he's huffing and puffing too, right with him.
You got it. Cool. Do you actually like retract your claws anyways?
He retracts one of them. Whichever one he just clawed him with, he's gonna retract it.
And retract out. Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. Cool. All right. Cool. So we're going through the initiative. If there's anything that anyone wants to say, interrupt me right now. Cool. Kay is going to look at the claws of the unretracted hand, and in his mind, there's a possibility that he might think that it's like that you're only able to put them out for like a little bit of time or something like that. Is going to kind of reach for that hand to be able to kind of like basically like I guess kind of like an arm bar, but basically like kind of like trying to like knock. He's trying to break your arm. I would say basically in this. That is a 18 to hit. Yeah, 18. Okay. Yeah. All right. That is 8 points of damage. Still holding on, Jett?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I am no longer in double digits.
I'll tell you above board. I'll say with that religion check, I'll just kind of call it. Neither is he. It is down to the wire. I like this. Cool. So yeah, you feel like there's a moment where there's a I think for Jett, like would there be a moment where there's like there's Jett with his like vernacular and like very like kind of like calm mannered speech, when there's a moment where you hear like not a crack, but you definitely feel something pop slightly. Is there like any sort of like draconic sort of roar that comes out of Jett or something like that?
I am doing my best to not use my breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody here knows that I have that. And at this point, it's like, it'll probably kill him. And I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So it's like he is purposefully like biting down into his gums, trying not to open his mouth because he's low and it's like he's right here. I could end this, but he's fighting every instinct of like just primal fury to not kill this guy right now.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Cool. We'll say like is your breath is radiant. We'll say that like all of you watching actually notice that like Jett seems to have a little bit of like a glow in his mouth as there's like a moment of just like this sort of like natural sort of energy. It seems to kind of push right from clenched teeth as he's able to hold it in. Hell yeah, that's cool. All right. Jett, it's your turn.
So answer me honestly here. Do I have to crit to knock this guy out this turn?
Was it 1d4 plus what?
Plus 0.
Okay. You need to crit.
Did not crit.
Okay.
But I did get a 16 plus 4.
Absolutely will hit. Yep, absolutely.
Well, that's the end for good old Jett.
And he's still got a miss.
Yeah,
miss.
But he hasn't missed me once yet.
I'll tell you. I'll be honest. At this point, his armor class is lower than yours.
Oh,
so.
Well, that one still. I rolled a 1 that wouldn't have hit. That's 3 points of damage.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he's really rough. Yeah.
Does it look like I could like intimidate him into submission at this point, though?
I will let you roll an intimidation check in the idea that you are actively, because you know you'd have to kind of like have him, you'd have to like get him in a physical sort of lock for him to submit. If you fail this intimidation check, I think I'm going to give him a free shot at you. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean,
so you're using your intimidation.
Oh, my intimidation's not great. I was just gonna try it.
I'll say you could use your strength modifier, but I'm sure that's not helpful either.
No.
I'll do you one better, and I'll even tell you what the DC is. I'll roll for it.
All right.
And then you can decide whether or not. Okay. The DC that you have to beat is a 13.
That's doable. I think what he's going to do to intimidate him is he's going to look straight up and breathe his breath weapon out and just let it out into the air.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
It's like a cone of color as like
Now-
refracting light.
Remember, you can do that. You also need to like kind of grapple him, like stylistically, right? Is the idea?
Oh yeah,
of, like,
it's like he breathes up and then just tackles him, and I'm hoping that it like shocks him enough to get the upper hand here. All right, you said I got to get a 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a picture of this just for you.
Because it's a 0.
No. You said I needed a 13.
Hey, he rolled
You just
a 13.
meet it out.
He said he rolled a 13.
Oh,
You
I
rolled a
rolled
13?
plus 2. And I am
Incredible.
posting it in the Discord. All right.
That's so good.
Just
I
for
love
y'all.
that. Cool. So you launch yourself. We'll say for fun here. What's your hit points at?
6.
6. Roll me a D4. You're not going to die from this, but roll me a D4 of damage as you are basically taking you and yourself down to the ground with him. Or, yeah, you and yourself. You and Kay.
Yay, way to go. 3
Beautiful.
more points of damage. Ow.
Awesome. And with those, we'll say carrying over those... Yeah, no, the point was to try to get him to submit. So that's what's happening. I will say he also takes those 3 points of damage. As he is what hit point? What's your hit points at?
3.
This is at 2. So with that, you like both seem to kind of slam into the ground, but you're able to kind of like hold him close, and you feel like in this moment, as you're locking him in, you're able to say something to him that only he can hear.
Now, I've already intimidated him, right?
Correct.
So
this is
this is-
flavor.
This is flavor. God, see, here's the problem. There's a lot of things that I think Jett would want to say here. Do I give him encourage? No, because then he'll probably just get back up and kick me in the face.
So you already won. You know, no
Okay.
matter what you say is going to work. So it's
Okay,
basically.
so
saying-
he's
say
gonna,
the pin is really like what the like he realizes he can't get out of it.
Jett's just gonna say, "You can rise above this," into his mind, and as long as he's got a 3 intelligence, he will be able to understand him.
Amazing, beautiful. There is a moment when a hand like is trying to kind of push through, trying to get under your neck, but can't seem to get pushed through enough with that large kind of draconic chin that you have. And you see him kind of just like with a last sort of like gasping breath, slams his hand on the ground and hits it twice. And we are
Jett
on the
lets him
mission.
go and stands up.
Okay. There is a significant sort of like uproarious sound of just shouting. There is you're not able to tell if it's happy, if it's angry. It is just loud. As you hear figures kind of shouting left and right. I'm going to say for everybody here, give me a perception check. Everybody here.
$15.
14.
I got a 5. I got a 5.
Makes sense? Makes sense.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Green.
Nat 1 for a 6. I think Green's just. I think he's a little distracted. I think there's a couple.
Did you
things-
even roll,
I
man?
think it
Did you even roll? Or did you just say?
I did. I got a nat 1, but he's distracted. It's fine.
His perception is perceiving something else, Joe.
Yeah.
Beautiful,
He was
beautiful.
perceiving other things.
I just want Brandon to say, "I choose to fail." as we see this figure kind of like being able to pull himself or quickly kind of push himself off of Kay and stand up, bruises, sort of marks, pushing like blood out of his mouth, but Jett remains the victor. Did anybody get above a 20?
Chelsea got a dirty 20.
I got
think
8.
that's the highest.
Yeah, I got a 20 total.
Beautiful. So from the the moments of the loud kind of uproarious noise, you see Ianthe as everybody is jumping up, cheering, things like that. Ianthe, you cannot see inside the circle at all for this moment, which ironically actually works in your favor, as you see there are 2 figures that are now dragging Kay out.
Do I know the 2 figures?
Nope. No, you do not. They both look to be male.
I was on the inside of the circle and said that as soon as the fight was over, I wanted to go to Kay. So can I follow these 2 people?
I'll give you advantage. Because there's a lot, there's bodies, things like that, kind of running over around.
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on your perception check.
That'd be a no. Okay.
As you're trying to kind of maneuver through, you see exactly where the body is supposed to be. It's gone.
Okay. I'm looking for him, but that's...
You got it.
That's not it.
Is Carrie still with me?
That's a good question. She is. She does a little bit of you see her shoulders kind of just go down a little bit. And then she just starts clapping.
So where do they take him now?
Oh, I suppose they'll probably give the dragon some sort of token of victory, most likely from Kay's personal possession.
But where are they taking Kay? He needs to be seen by a healer, clearly.
She does not see what you see. She kind of is looking at you and kind of just... She rolled really low. Like I said, it was a 20, so...
I should, I'm gonna go make sure he's all right. I've got a little bit of experience with some healing, so just... I'll be right back. Oh god, who from us is even remotely near me?
Pretty much everybody, I'd say, for the most part. Alyssa definitely is. I would say it might be hard to find Adim and Titian. I apologize. It would be very hard to get to Jett right now, but you do see Grian. I imagine Grian is closer to you.
I want to put somebody. Grian, you're right there.
I swear to God, Chelsea, if you cock block me right now,
I want to be stated. The way my mind works is very, very visual. So this was determined in my head before any sort of choices were made. I promise.
No, I'll take Alyssa by... Oh, this could be really bad either way. No, Brandon, I'll give it to you. I'm going to grab Alyssa by the hand and say, you're coming with me. Come on.
She kind of... she kind of pretends to sort of fight, but then there's also a lot of people that are jumping up and down and being kind of a little scary. So, yeah, she'll definitely go with you.
She also did say that she wanted to be Chelsea's buddy in the buddy system, or Ianthe's buddy.
Yes, she did.
That's true. She did. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So, no
Come on,
fighting.
buddy.
Adim, I will say also give me a survival check if you'd like.
That was better. That was a 19.
Cool. You got it. So in this moment, we'll say at this point in time, you're able to finally kind of maneuver your way through, and you see where you see the kind of sweat and blood sort of area right where he was, and you notice that the blood seems to have been dragged, recognizing that he was dragged out of here.
Can I follow the marks with that 19 for survival?
You absolutely, that was what the survival check
Okay,
was for.
great.
So you can definitely tell where the marks are going, and you're just trying to kind of maneuver through the crowd. I'm going to say you kind of like catch up right with Ianthe, assuming Ianthe's following the same path.
Yeah, I'm following Key.
And I'm following K2.
You got it.
Is it?
See my sister, I'm like, fancy meeting you here. And just keep on walking.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. Chelsea, you want to say something?
Yes, and then I remembered something and said, never mind.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
And then I hurry after a demon. I'm like, where the fuck is your buddy?
He's not my buddy yet, but I'm...
What happened to the buddy system?
Oh, you mean Jett? He's back there. He won. He's fine.
You abandoned your buddy. What is the point of the buddy system?
Titian is there. And it seems that Grian found a new buddy, so, you know...
Yeah, you both look over. You both look over, and you see Green. It's like kind of like, just like Green is like,
Hey, there's
Okay,
7
what
of
do you
us,
do?
okay? There's an odd number. Someone's
you-
got to be on the out or the in. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Green is like just eyeing the splint up close, just like, oh yeah, that's not.
Yeah, like totally, like, oh my god, this hurt.
Would you like me to go back to make sure Jett gets the spoiled reward?
No.
Okay.
Stay
Keep following.
You got it. So Tishin and Jett, you guys are basically around the same area. We'll say anything specific you guys want to do. First one to shout out goes first.
Tishin's not doing much. I think he is kind of over this moment. Well, like not over, and like he was heading to bed before
Right.
there was a like title fight about to happen in front of him. So I think Tishin is honestly he's unaware of everything going on with the demon Ianthe. So his first thought is, I'm going back to the like he's gonna check in. He's gonna go up to Jett. And he's gonna be just, hey Jett, how are you doing? All right.
Jett looks very beat. Like he is limping. Like one of his wings is bent a little bit, and he's just like yelling and screaming and celebrating. It's like it doesn't affect him in this moment. Give it about 30 seconds for the adrenaline to wear off, and then yeah. Go ahead.
No, go for it. You're gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, Jett would be looking around at everybody to see, like this is new to him. He's always the one that loses.
Yeah.
So he's like looking around, and it's like, this is gonna sound weird, but it's like there's a shadow that's just like leaving him as he's like, oh, I don't have to be that way.
Mm.
And it's like, this is how it should have been kind of way. And he's just kind of, he's going in and out of like yelling and celebration, then going, you know, like, ow, I'm hurting. And then he's just like, there's so much going on. Jett is completely out of it.
There's a lot of like, and there's a lot of like, in the moments of like cheering for you, there's like happy sort of faces all around you, Jett. Like any sort of like claustrophobia or anything like that would definitely sort of like set in here, as it seems like you are kind of like all eyes are on you. You feel there's also like a lot of figures are like slapping you, kind of like on the back, but it's also this like kind of like, it's also this like machismo sort of like, it's a little harder than it should be, sort of thing. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like that very like, it's like when two guys hug and they do the like heavy thing and one of them just does it way too hard. It's that. So there's a lot of that sort of things as you like kind of feel yourself just being almost rocketed by or rocked by this this crowd that is around you.
I think you just feel a hand come out. You know how like some guys will grab like the neck right here? You're just gonna feel that. You're gonna feel pressure in your neck, probably actually hurting a little bit. And I'm gonna use that as a moment to also cast lay on hands. Not cast. Use lay on hands as like a It's like a little moment and give you 20 points of healing.
Are you
So
using
there you
this to like pull him out?
go. Depends how much the way you described it, and the way Jet was describing, Nathan was describing it. Nathan was describing it like Jet almost feels like he's in his element to some extent.
I
No.
got the opposite.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
definitely the opposite. This is like
Okay.
this is like this is the first time that he's been the star of the show.
Okay, so he's feeling so there's noticeable awkwardness then. So I think Titian, I'm gonna grab your shoulder like that, and I'm just gonna start like, hey, let's go over here and get a little bit of breather. Good job out there. And I'm gonna lead you right back to where the stumps were, where we were having a seat before.
Okay. That is also right where Kerry and Ari are. As Kerry seems to unabashedly get down on one knee and starts to like try to clean your wounds. Doesn't ask permission, just goes.
Oh, Jett, you're just gonna.
Jet says nothing. This is all new to him. He's just like, oh, this is cool. Okay.
Hey, why don't we cut it off with the like wound cleaning thing right now? Hey, we appreciate it.
I can really use this one's like I lost a tooth. It's kind of
Yeah. Do you want to fight again, Jet? Is that what you're wanting to aim for? Titian's just, like, I'm just saying this like out loud to you, with like while I'm scratching my mane a little bit. Are you like?
Kerry's in the middle of it. He deserves proper treatment for his victory.
Yeah, we got it handled. If you just want to hand it to me, I'll actually clean it for you if you want. We're good over here.
Just
Gary.
just like no, but
no, we're good. Hey, we're good. We're good. Hey, we're all
Titian,
good.
roll me an intimidation check, please.
Sure, intimidation. Jesus Christ, Joe!
Jet, I would have you contest this, except for the fact that I think it's. I mean, you did get healed, but I think like stylistically there is a level of like you still look pretty battered.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's a 21, by the way.
Yeah, cool, awesome. You scare the woman away. Titian, are you happy? No. You see her kind of like looks kind of back and forth and just kind of hands you the cloth and says, "I'll be."
She's supposed to read my bones later. That's what Jet says.
No, Jet, we're not going to talk about your bone right now. Jesus Christ! All
I
right,
wanted
no.
to see her to read my
no,
bones.
sorry. Jet, shut the fuck up.
Someone
Jet,
please
just
grab that. She's supposed to read my bones there. Grian, you hear that from... Yeah, I said, Grian, you hear that from a crowd. Like, wow, okay. That's a line.
all right, well, Carrie, thank you very much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Just to let you know. Thank you.
Carrie kind of like leans into you, Jet, and just, I'll be waiting on the other side of the fire. And she kind of does one of those like things where she puts her hand on your shoulder and then gets up to walk away, but the hand kind of just like runs along your back. Yeah. And she walks away. Respectable distance.
I'm going to wait for her to go like 10, 15 feet away. And what the fuck are you doing here? I'm going to keep a really pleasant demeanor right now, but the fuck, man?
What do you mean?
Like, are you, like, do you see what's happening? Like, with all that? Like, you just gotta fight. Are you gonna marry that girl, or, are you looking to start a relationship 20 minutes into coming, visiting? the cannibal village, or are you just gonna like hang for a holiday and then get the fuck out? What's going on here?
Well, first off, she's a seer, and that's a very high honor to
We
be
know
like
what
a
you're
seer.
wanting to see her. Yeah, we know you're wanting to see her. We get that. That's something we understand. Yeah. But like, what is your intentions with the person? Like with this girl? Like,
Are you coming at me like an overprotective father asking what my intentions are with your daughter, but to a completely random person?
no,
I will say just real
I'm
quick,
coming.
Ari went with Carrie, so she's not here.
Yeah.
So go.
No, Jack, I'm trying. We've been here for 20 minutes and you're already fighting her ex-boyfriend and it's causing waves. I'm just trying to figure out what juice is worth this squeeze, man. What's going on?
I was defending our honor. That's what you do.
Our honor? What are you talking about? Our honor, man. What's going on? You mean was someone dissing us, or was it just what's?
Jet's gonna like move his arms out in motion, like as if everybody was around him, even though the party's not all here, and he's gonna be like, "You're my tribe."
Yeah, you know. I mean, I get that. I just think you gotta. I'm just seeing the way you're acting. I'm not sure if you're like fully grasping all the social cues as to what's happening right now. Maybe I'm missing them. I don't know, but it just feels like you're not just asking her to read your future. You're asking her to be a part of it, and that's something that you might want to, with the odd, with the stuff that we're up to. Maybe it's I don't know. Just ask yourself if you want her to be a part of it. I'm just saying.
This is the moment that Jet realizes what is happening.
Fair. I think you look across and you see like there's a perfect sort. She's put herself in a perfect sort of position where the flames are like going like right around, like just like you can see her eyes, but it's a perfect sort of visage as she is staring at you. Ari's kind of like talking in her ear the whole time, but she's not seeming to really even acknowledge.
Tishin, I think you were right. I do not know social cues.
Yeah. Do you realize that? Do you know why Kay really wanted to fight you right now? Do you get that?
I think I do.
Do you get that you just took his girl from him?
A figure comes up to you, Jet, as they're all like, there's still like a good amount of people that are watching you guys as there's, the victor was there. And you see a warrior puts a spear in your hand, Jet, and just says, spoils. And
Jet's gonna take it and just like look at it and be like, and just kind of nod.
Yeah, you recognize it's like from like the few feathers that are like coming from it. It is K spear.
And you took his spear.
Tishian, this is very important for you to hear. I had nothing because I always lost. I won, and I left and I learned magic, and I can do things. And this line is going to be in his head because he knows not to say the word magic. But he's going to be like, I learned things and I can do things because I wasn't strong enough. But maybe I'm strong enough now, and I didn't even need it.
Are you saying you don't need the studies that you've been a part of recently? Is that what you're trying to say? Are you going to let go of your studies? Is that what's going to happen?
But imagine if I wouldn't have spent 5 years studying, right? I might have been accepted.
But you mean your old tribe? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pause you guys there.
Yeah.
It's okay. in all fairness, Grian, where do you think you are?
I am still talking to this man, trying my best to speak to him in common. Blissfully unaware of what's happening around me.
Beautiful.
Kind of just like, what are the next steps? Like,
You healer?
yes.
You fix wood. It's pointing to the wooden splint.
Yeah. I can try.
Tent not far. You come.
Yes, I do. Lead the way.
You see him. You see him start to. Sometimes I roll for dice just to give me a nat 20 so that I know I'm going the right way. You see him like start to walk and then kind of like wince a little bit and then puts like a very large sort of heavy arm on your shoulder, Grian, as you were helping him back to his own tent.
Yeah, I think he's probably a little surprised that Grian is a little bit stronger than he looks, but yeah.
You hunt cat?
Not cat, no.
Yeah, walk into that one.
Yeah. But yes. I fight lots of creatures.
Biggest creature you took down?
Oh God. Like indirectly a giant Cerberus.
Yeah, I would say so, I think.
Cerberus.
Cerberus. Who Cerberus?
A big 3-headed fire dog.
Fire dog. Fire dog. Fire wolf?
Yes.
Impressive. This tent. And he walks in. Green, there's just like a momentary sort of pause. I think as you're just like kind of like for whatever reason surveying your surroundings just for a second.
Sending my location to my friends and then
Beautiful. Yep. Do you say anything to them?
All of our stuff is in a different tent, so I don't have a rock to talk to anybody, nor am I...
Do you have a message?
Nope. Nor am I a telepathic creature.
Okay, so I'm going to say...
hold on, don't you have a ring of sending?
Oh, shit, you're right. Okay. I'm gonna grab my ring, send my location to my friend.
Right.
You're right. Wow. Sending my location to my friends. Who is the best? You know what? Because Adim is a good hype man. I'm gonna message Adim, and hey, Adim is like, you know what? You do you.
Adim, notably the best hype man.
Yeah. He's not gonna get in your way. This is fine. So messaging Adim and say, hey, I'm just gonna spend maybe like the next hour or few in one of the tents, helping this guy out that I met at the ring. Don't have my rock. Message me if you need me. Yeah.
Cool. Adim, you can respond to this.
I would say, well, first of all, can I roll insight to see where it's actually going? He's helping somebody. Do I need to roll insight knowing Brienne?
I don't think you do. I think there's a like a DC, like DC2 maybe.
Oh, that's high. Okay.
And let me watch me roll more. I gotta roll this now. Okay, 13. I'm good. I'm like, okay, good luck, have fun. Good luck. Okay, good luck, have fun. Can't message back after this. Scream if you need help.
So, Grian, you hear "scream if you need help," and you see right on cue the like sort of like the figure kind of like pokes his head back out. Coming.
Absolutely. Straight into the tent.
There was a little thing I wanted to add before we go to break, but there's no way we could get a better ending than that. So with that, we're gonna take our 10-minute break. We'll see you guys in 10. Adim and Ianthe and Alyssa. I'm gonna roll to see if Prisha's not following with you guys.
Before you say anything else, I do politely repeat to Ianthe what Brian told me,
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
in case I lose consciousness or get separated from her.
Yeah. that was actually that was how I was going to start the session.
Oh.
Ianthe, you immediately see Adim pass out.
Fall unconscious.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
No. So you all are following the tracks as you see, like, now at this point, you actually see there's a myriad of figures that are, that were not, at the fight, but start to kind of like come, in your direction, like trying to kind of like basically get the, trying to basically kind of understand the tea of what's happening, and is moving, through. So you're, Adim, Ianthe, you're having to kind of like fight through the traffic. I'm going to say survival, you're good. You're able to follow the track, no problem. You're able to get on that. But I'm going to say for Ianthe, roll me another perception check to see if you're able to still have eyes.
Six.
Okay, cool. You lose them. So following the tracks, following what looks to be like the dragging and occasional sort of like blood. Deem, your head is like continuing to kind of like looking down, trying to watch. And I think Ianthe, you're kind of trying to like make sure that Adim's not running into people. You are moving north for about a solid, I say for like about a solid 2 minutes until you notice that there is, let's say, Adim, with your survival check, you almost miss it, as there is sort of a space between the brush that seems to go off sort of the path and going into the woods. Do you guys choose to follow?
This seems unusual, so I would like to follow it, but if you don't want to, Ianthe, I get it.
Hold on. Are there other people around, or like would we stick out if we followed?
Okay.
Yes.
We're blue and green with a child. We're going to stick out.
I will say, going into this sort of area of the woods, you, especially at this time of night, it is just very, very, very dark out now at this point. You get the feeling you're going into open wilderness. So you're not going to see probably anyone other than the people you're following.
I'm just debating if I want to try to disguise us or not. Good.
Your
Nah.
call?
No, you know what? I will. Because this is a new spell and I want to use it and I'm excited about it.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Seeming on the three of us.
Okay.
And we look like a family of deer.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I gotta read this.
Spell allows you to change the appearance of any number of creatures you see within range. You give each target you choose a new lizard and an unwilling target make Christmas everything if it succeeds. So this guy's physical appearance was clothing, armor, was above. You make each creature seem 1 foot shorter or taller and appear thin and fatter in between. You can't change a target's body type.
Well,
You must choose a form that has the same basic arrangement of limbs. What if, like, just fucking be clearer? Hold, please. That's so dumb. Okay. What does it mean by body type? See.
I feel like as it says the same basic arrangement of limbs.
For example, a human cast could look human, humanoid, or like any other human-shaped bipedal creature.
Boo.
Just make us into looking like they do. Make us like them.
Yeah, that was my second one. I thought the family of deer was more fun.
It is super fun, and I really want to give it to you, but I also trying to be a little bit more to the book as of late.
Could you polymorph like 3 times?
No. No, probably not.
I'm gonna have a hard time fighting if we have to fight without weapons. I do not need to fight as a deer. Thank you very much. I'd rather have my hands and feet available.
No, I could max 2 of us for polymorph.
I mean, Alyssa, you could probably convince Alyssa to go invisible.
No, I'll keep seeming going, and I will just make us look like we belong with the group that we're with, whose name I have forgotten.
Okay, cool. So the only tricky part of this is that I would imagine that Alyssa is still going to probably seem, because she's young, so she's probably about only, I think in my head at most she's 4 feet tall.
How tall was Slide 10? Wasn't he pretty short?
He was pretty short.
He wasn't 4 feet though. I'd say he's probably at least 5.
Well, yeah, but
Okay.
this says you can make them seem 1 foot shorter or taller.
Right.
If you're thin or fat, so
Yeah, I'd have her grow by about a foot, so she'd just look like short.
Okay, cool. All right, now, are these specifically people that you had seen in the crowd?
I think I probably pull pieces from things people that I've seen in the crowd. So the hairstyle from this woman, and the top from this woman, and the bone accessories from this woman all become piecemeal into my look. And then, I saw this guy had a cool beard, and this guy had a cool kilt. So now Adine has a cool beard and kilt.
You got it. Okay, cool. We'll say essentially equivalent, like sort of like loincloth sort of thing. They wouldn't necessarily have specifically kilts, but yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna say
he looks at himself after she does and goes.
But now we blend in.
Yeah, except for speaking, but you'll hear my accent, but it's okay.
That's okay. That's okay, because you and I can speak the language.
But not like they do.
right.
It is what it is. We'll have a moment. Let's go find out what's going on.
Yeah. Small thing that might have a factor to it. Ianthe, roll me either a nature check or a history check.
Ooh, I think...
Actually, sorry. Nature, history, or religion.
Nature, history, or religion. I think I'm equally awful at all of them.
I'll say the religion check's probably the best one, honestly, then.
Nature, history... Yep, I suck equally at all of them, so it doesn't really matter. 14.
14, okay. With a 14, you do recognize that some of the pieces that you're borrowing from are going to be from specific tribes. So I will give you the option of trying to decide whether or not you're trying to look more Naquari or Karanari.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Karanari because of what I know about Eri and probably Carrie.
Cool.
And then, yeah.
Got it. All right. So, I would like assuming you guys are trying to be stealthy, I would like a stealth check from all 3 of you.
14 from me.
$18.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for Alyssa?
No, I'm not gonna counter in this. I think
Okay.
just for simplicity. So okay, 16, not bad.
18.
14, 18, 16. Okay, cool. And they are busy. You see there were, it looks like they were 2 from falling from the Traxodyme. It looks like a third had actually kind of followed them. So there's now 4, including Kay. As you see, sorry, 1 second. You guys start to get closer. And you notice that you see by the hands a now essentially like almost like on the verge of consciousness. Kay is being tied up to a tree branch that's hanging out over, and is like just on like the sort of just like able to like touch his toes to the ground. As you hear voices that are kind of like talking to each other, mostly talking to him. There's some laughing. You hear you hear what is essentially a moment of what you recognize from this is that basically they're going to leave him here, and if he's still alive in the morning, they'll cut him down.
Oh.
As a moment of dishonoring their tribe. But you hear like the laughing and sort of thing. I think you get an idea. This is definitely more of a nasty amount of hazing more than it is like a truly dishonoring the tribe here. Yeah,
But there's
it's
no
bad.
meaning to him.
I would like to move around. Hopefully Anthony will follow me. But I would like to move around so that when they leave, I am not in their path.
Okay. So so simplistic, you guys are choosing to stay put, not engage, and wait for them to leave.
Unless I see them hurt him or threaten
Agreed.
to kill him.
Well, that was on the docket, possibly. I'll roll to see if they actually do it. Roll again. First one was an 11, and it's just like on this sort of like bridge sort of point. You know what I mean? So this is a 6, and I would say that is. I would say that's something that would be probably not in your favor, right? So yeah, you see one of them look like they're actually like. They're kind of like discussing whether or not he should have some sort of fighting chance. And you see one of them is actually kind of like basically disagreeing on that and is hauling back to punch him.
I quickly just try anything. I'm like, drop my illusion. And I start walking towards them.
Okay.
I will if I can. I don't.
Can she just drop mine?
Yeah, out loud.
Okay.
Sure.
And I'll walk up, like from behind, basically from the way they're facing, like towards from the foliage to them.
You got it. You see the one that has the closed fist, like it's kind of like cocked back and just.
And I just look at him and say dishonorable in primordial.
What no honor you, green man?
Is he speaking primordial?
He's speaking primordial, that heavy accent.
Right, sure, I
Yeah.
just want to know. I know that hitting a bound man is not honorable, and the opposite of honorable is dishonorable.
Okay, dishonor tribe by losing to dragon.
and he has suffered dishonor, but with that loss. I'll walk a little closer. I have no weapons.
Yeah. You see, I mean, they're well trained. You see the other two kind of instinctively kind of start to semicircle around you. They're I say they're within 10 feet.
Uh-huh.
That, yeah.
And I let them, but I have blind sight. I know where they are.
And you know they came from camp too, so they also do not have weapons.
Right. My ass kicked, but this is dishonorable.
And what green men say to challenge my honor?
You haven't done anything for me to challenge your honor yet. And I'll walk over and I kind of put myself halfway between him and Kay.
You hear another one say, "Perhaps best to leave anyways. That was our plan, no?" You get the idea. This third one joined in late.
Right.
Or sorry, the one that you're addressing is the one that joined in late.
Is he the one who was looking angrily at Kay during the fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has it been a minute yet with this guy that I've been watching him talk?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What's his level?
He is basically, I'll put him as similar to K. I would say level 3.
Okay.
There are 3 of us green men, and we know these woods.
Indeed.
You sure you want to challenge us? And I say, I forgot. The other one is saying this now of like maybe we should just go, and you see him kind of like look, and like just a look is enough where the other one shuts up.
I said, I'm not challenging you, and these woods are dark and deep, through which I snuck up on you.
Anthe, what are you doing at this point?
I think when he says there's 3 of us, that's when I drop seeming on myself. Yeah, I will. And then I'll walk up. He's not alone.
Alyssa follows you.
Of course she does.
Damn it.
I'm gonna keep her disguised. If I can.
Okay. Does it absolutely affect voice?
Probably not.
So you need to tell me right now, what does Alyssa look like? Like male, female?
Oh, I think she looks female. She's got like brownish red hair and is just like covered in dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Almost looks kind of like a feral child, just older and taller.
There is no determination within the spell casting that mentions sound at all.
No, it's
So, yeah,
seeming.
so-
It's a look spell.
So very much in the in this form, you hear Alyssa's tiny voice go, "Yeah, me too." Because Alyssa doesn't know primordial either, so just heard you could walk up and said something.
Comment, yeah.
Yeah. You see all 3 of them start laughing at this. This is the people you choose as your tribe.
He's asking me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually laugh like that. And I say, oh yes. Without a doubt. And just for fun, since we're not in there anymore, my tattoos glow.
Yeah,
Oh,
baby, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, yes. Yeah, give them a intimidation check to give them a chance.
Not very good at intimidation. That's other
Can
character's
I-
domain. Can you what?
Oh, I was gonna say before you say it, can I help and make my dress glow as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Adim, you have we'll say because Adim is leading this, I'm gonna say that Adim gets the advantage for the intimidation on that. That makes sense.
I'll roll a
That's
second
fine.
time because that one was not good. 12. It's better than the 4 I rolled before. So,
Okay. So that's above board. We could go into initiative. The reality is you guys are gonna fully kick these guys' asses. So I'm trying to see now if Alyssa's involved, there's that sort of factor to it. So I think what I need, we'll keep it simple.
I'll say punch to the throne. I will try to say, Alyssa, please let us handle this.
Yeah.
To keep her out of it, because if the leader is 3rd level and we're fisticuffing.
Hey, Joe, I don't want to complicate things, but as I'm picturing this scenario, is Alyssa still at level 2 as well?
She is at level 2,
Yep.
correct?
Yeah, I
She
don't
never
want
went
that.
down.
I don't need her getting in a fight and like blowing up a village. So
Yeah. So I will say okay. So first off, I want to give you guys the opportunity of explaining how you're able to kick these people's ass. The challenge is a persuasion check. I will allow either of you to use it to
yeah,
to keep Alyssa's marker down.
so I will help Ianthe, but what I will do with helping Ianthe, the way I'm going to help Ianthe, is by using my superiority points while we're fighting and my ability as a tavern brawler to put them in clearly not embarrassing, but situations that Alyssa might find funny.
I love that.
So, like let him trip over my foot and just elbow him and come to the next one. Kind of like the comedic bar fight, but outside.
Yeah.
I was thinking of
love
something similar, using using like acrobatics and dance to just kind of twirl around them and just like make them confused and dizzy.
And
Okay.
since
They end up just, like,
fighting together
over
and bait and switch, they're about to hit her, and I'll switch it and catch it and punch them. And I know I'm going to take some hits. That's fine.
Yeah.
But like,
Okay.
just things to keep Alyssa entertained while we're stopping them from doing something to this other guy. But I do want to say, I will not start this fight. They have to hit me.
Yeah, they would be coming for it. That's happening. So the fight's happening. What I'm going to say is I'll do 3 attacks at you, Adim. If they hit, I'll roll the damage. But this is like you're taking those hits and just moving through them.
Sure.
Holy shit!
What did you roll?
They all miss. You guys are full
Nice.
heroes.
Yay.
A 4, a 2, and a 2.
And like, I'm not striking to kill. I'm kind of striking to be like, you question my ability to fight. You're funny. It's just like putting the hurt on them in a bar fight type of way. Like, I told you you're being dishonorable. I gave you a chance to walk away honorably.
Mhm.
Now you're attacking a guest. Let's go.
Yep. Yeah, I like it. Cool. I think give me that persuasion check, and then I need you to kind of explain to me. Obviously, you're making it comedic. I like that. That might be enough. I'll say it's enough.
Oh yeah. 24.
Ooh, yes.
Did I have advantage on that?
I
Yes, you
don't know.
did.
I'm trying to help. But
Yes.
Okay, I'll do
you
it.
get that
then.
20?
Can't hurt.
All right.
I didn't. It's a 24.
24. Cool. I'll say 24 against her 9. Yeah, it brings her back down to 0. She kind of like busts out full laughing. You see like she was about to kind of like throw a firebolt just to help out too. There's a level of like there's a possibility of there being frustration on not being able to help here. But it's so clear that you guys have this that it's become a fun game sort of thing. I mean, yeah, if you guys want to describe how you fully kick their ass, go for it.
I mean,
I think I'm just working to make them super dizzy, and I'm like almost dancing with them. Like they
Okay.
try to, grab or like punch me or something, and I'm like grabbing the arm and like doing a twirl, and I'm striking ridiculous poses.
So you're just dancing. You're literally dancing with them. Yeah, I like that a lot.
And I'm just dodging their hits and like push them into trees, and then dodge another one, kick him in the butt. Like I'm like just only if I feel that they're about to land a punch, will I block it and punch them.
Yeah.
But not even so much to hurt them as like, hey, I made contact. Look what I could have done, and push them out of the way.
Beautiful. The last one, you're able to fully like. I think a kick in the butt makes a lot of sense. Like that, like you're fully like able to like have them like stagger away, as they all run off. Beautiful, guys.
Okay.
We'll pause you guys there. That was beautiful. I love that.
Go, sister, go.
Meanwhile, Tishin and Jett will come back to you guys.
The tone is getting darker.
No, it just went away.
Oh shit!
I think you guys just hear this shifting in music and just assume that it's bad. It's going back to where it was.
I wasn't sure what you were gonna put on this. What you're gonna put out for us, Joe? I was like, is it gonna be moody or is it gonna be romantic? Are we gonna start that route?
If you would, yeah. Let's do that. I like that too.
So I noticed you giving away scales earlier, and no, I'm kidding.
So I will say, in this moment, Jett, I do think there is a very like there's a weird sort of moment of triumph and understanding the feeling of what it is like to win something, and to win something that you're not typically good at. You're certainly not known to be good at. And that elation seeming enticing, maybe. I'm wondering what Jett's feeling right now with Tishin immediately. Tishin, like, obviously, above board, we know Tishin's providing a very good point here. But there's a way that it could be conceived as, like, for Jett of man, you're kicking my legs out from under me. There's this moment of like, yeah. So describe to me what Jett's thinking right now, and what's the perspective on his face, expressive or whatnot.
Right now, I think Jett is struggling to like comprehend and hold it all in. He does feel a little bit slighted that Tishy is just in his face right now, because this is like all he ever wanted as he was growing up. He was always the one that lost, and it's like, this is my win. I'm somewhere else where these people don't know any of that about me, so it's like even better. It's like, this is what the tribe should have been for him, and so he's like, it's almost it's really kind of a feeling of like, I'm home, but also like I'm home in a good way, not I'm home in what he's used to. So there's a lot of that, and then there's a whole lot of just, I think Jett is more concerned with the fact that he feels like he's wasted a large chunk of his life because this is all it took, So it's like, I went and spent years studying and then years teaching, and I didn't have any of that, and I was able to overcome a challenge I couldn't overcome before. Like, what if I'd have just toughed it out a little more, And so that's where he's kind of stuck at the moment of like, what have I done with my life? I'm at a point where it's like, I'm here now, and this feels like home and where I need to be. because of where I came from. And so he's kind of in this twisted mix of like, is it good or is it bad? You know, it's like, what is the... That's where he's at.
Yeah. Having this figure looking at you that you constantly were looking at as one of the many figures that you were trying to get to just respect you. And respect earned for Jett is a rarity, for one. But Titian's a fighter. He's a warrior. He should understand the feeling of winning a battle, and you know, it's I think for, you know, in my view of Jett, it's like that moment of like, it's not like I want to belittle anyone else, but I want to make me seem as big as I feel right now. And what's so wrong with that? Jett, give me an Arcana check, please.
You got it. That is a 24.
Titian, give me a perception check with advantage.
You said perception check? That'll be a 24.
That's cute.
Adorable.
Jett, you recognize seemingly, whether it's the frustration or the anger or just a mixture of negative feelings, or the positive sort of elation, the feeling of being alive, the adrenaline. You feel as if you were casting a spell. You feel magical energy leaving your body and going somewhere. Titian, your big, cute, floppy ears, one of them twitches slightly as you're staring at Jett, and you notice that the spear that he's holding, the end of it, is glowing. And Jett, you can tell me what color it's glowing.
That is a very good question.
So while you're thinking of that, Titian, you're hearing this very odd sort of whirring, sort of whistling sound. This is constant.
Where is it coming from?
It's coming from the spear.
Hey, what's going on with your poker there?
First, I think that it's going to glow like just like a dull yellow, just enough to like, it looks like a light bulb that's way off in the distance, kind of.
Nice.
Is the glowing. And Jeff's just gonna look at it. I don't know what's going on with it. Do I?
I don't think you do. You know magic left your body. But it was involuntary.
Either...
I mean, are you doing this, Jett? Are you casting magic right now?
Not on purpose.
You're not going to throw another fireball, are you?
No. I don't even have a focus. How can I do this?
Well, it looks like you're focusing through that right there.
Okay. Jett is going to... are there people around still?
Yes.
Jett is going to look at one of his scales that's either been bented or dented or broken from the fight, and he's going to hold the tip of the spear to it and cast mending on it, does it fix itself?
As you put the end of the spear over that, you notice that there's a weird sort of this like kind of smoke that kind of comes off, similar to like the reflection off of like the filament of a light bulb. And you see the scales start to, doesn't heal it, like bring it back, but it does seem to leave a mark. And Jett, I would like you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, I'm good at these. Do I want to fail it?
No.
Okay. I got a 16 plus 5 is 21.
With a 21, as you feel this sort of moment of this, like it feels warm at first, and then like a burn, you feel everything kind of come up all at once as you feel this like kind of, and you feel like ow, ow. And as soon as you're able to let go, you don't take any sort of damage or anything from this at all. But in that moment, the glowing of the spear is gone. But you're able to hold on to something. And I would say, I think rather than me trying to describe what Jett is going through, I would like you to describe to me, what is the feeling that Jett, that you think was the triggering point for this? Could be a single word, could be a phrase.
I think it's the feeling you get when you've had a long day and you walk into your house. Like just the warmth.
I like it. So it goes away. But you feel like you've gotten kind of the first step on if this is something that is a possible constant. You figured out the first step in making it be under your control. And the most notable thing, Codex is nowhere to be seen.
I don't even feel the connection.
No.
Okay. I think Jett's just gonna like panic for a second at that realization,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of like let it wash over him. Titian, I may have done something.
What'd you do?
Well, you know how I talk to myself, but it's really the book.
Yeah. I've you talked to the book. I mean, a few people talk to the book a little bit, I guess, but yeah. What does that have to do with this? Are you talking to your book now, or is the book talking to you? More importantly,
I can't feel him.
I mean, of course, you can't feel them. You're not holding them right now.
That's not how it works. We're bound. The only time I felt anything like this was when Prisha took it.
So are you saying that you've had a connection to this book, but now it's no longer there anymore? And this is a good thing, or is this a bad thing? Do we need to get you reconnected to your book, or?
Sometimes the dice tell you everything you need to know. That is a natural 20.
That's good.
I think I'm good. I don't need him anyway. He was just bringing me down all the time. Yeah. I'll be all right.
I'm happy to hear that. So you're good with this. So you're just good now, I guess. You don't need any.
Titian,
Mhm.
I have had a weight over my shoulders since I was a child.
Mhm.
Just never being good enough. And I thought maybe if I somehow could use magic to make myself good enough, but I didn't need it. I was always good enough. It's just no one would tell you, you know?
I hear you. It's hard when you're waiting for the approval of others, you know? When really you kind of need to, it's kind of a thing you need to settle for yourself, I guess. But I'm happy you found it. I think this is, regardless of the situation, I'm happy you found some sort of resolution here. I think that's this is a moment of celebration for sure now.
But you're not wrong. I guess I should have told you guys more. I don't know. It felt like the right thing to do. From where I'm from, it's just you fight and some people win and some people lose. And like I never won and now I did. And so I should feel bad for Kay, but I don't, because that was me and I don't want that anymore. And he'll get better too.
Can I offer some just observation, Jett, if that's alright?
Sure.
It's not. I'm sorry if I was coming down hard on you. I think I see a little bit more now, but it feels to me like tonight you've not just found this moment of winning a fight, but more importantly, why it's important that you win a fight. Why, what it meant to win that fight. You see, I come from Hawk Small. The Roar is all about winning fights. You win fights, you go out and battle. You know as well as I do with your Goron and everything else. They win fights. But it's not about just winning fights. It's about why you're fighting in the first place. And I think you got a glimpse of that tonight. And that's a powerful thing, brother. I think that's something you really need to, you need to see that through.
I appreciate that. And Jett's going to retract his claws and reach his hand out for Titian.
We are going to shake hands, but only in that way that is in Predator 1, where Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger slap hands.
Yes.
And then we are going to gratuitously flex our muscles.
I thought you were saying it wasn't like that. I was going to be very upset.
No, it's 100% like that. And then for some reason, Titian's arm and Jett's arm, just the ones grasping, oiled. Just oiled up.
Just oil. So much oil.
Just oiled.
too much. Like
it's dripping in the
enough.
creases of the scales,
in
and
the
it's
reference,
like coating the fur.
Yeah, it's like the reference and then times 10. Like, I was not really sure why, but you guys are just so... And it's just in the arm as you guys let go and just...
Yeah. It's amazing. It's a good moment. You've been working out.
Prisha is... Prisha kind of like breaks through from this. Guys, there's some really interesting drink that they're passing around here if you guys want some. It's good.
Oh no, I couldn't. I better get. I'm
Okay.
gonna finish heading off to bed. But Jett, why don't you hang out with Trish? Do you want
More
Are
for
you
the
gonna
horned
stay
one.
I think Jett's gonna go over and get 2 mugs,
Mhm.
and he's gonna bring one over to Carrie.
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
You look over in that direction in the space of where Carrie has been watching, staring at you, assumedly, this whole time. She's not there. Oh, sorry. Were you looking for... yeah, she like... I think she just ran off with her mom. But I'll take... If you're handing it out, I mean... Because this is almost empty.
Jett just like looks away for a second, and like the shadow, the anime shadow just comes over his face. And then he just reaches one arm over to Prisha.
Right. Cool. This is for the, to get more connected with the culture. This is why I'm,
You're fine just the way you are, Prisha.
Thanks, Jett.
And Jett's just gonna start chugging alcohol or whatever they're making him drink.
Just clink.
assuming Jett and Prisha are together and like that buddy system is established? Tishian is going back to the tent where our belongings are.
As of right now, Jett and Prisha have a flawless 0 injuries while being drunk in crowds.
That's true.
As of
you
right
guys
now.
are actually stronger drunk
Yes.
together.
It's weird. It's weird but true. Yeah.
It's weird but true. Especially as Prisha is currently an NPC. Tishin, as you're walking on your way back, you see Katsudo has come out of your tent and has this like kind of like cloak around him.
Is it my cloak?
Sorry, I said cloak. Cloak, cloth. It could have been a bedspread. It could have been as he is like looking at you.
Yeah. Hold on. I forgot. Do you speak common or not? Or
Little.
yeah.
Cold. Took.
Very nice cloth.
Was blanket.
That it looks good on you. Are you cold or? Here, I got something to warm you up here. Katsu, come with. You want to come with me? I got something to warm you up with here. You want to follow me inside?
Should check on Kay.
No, that's all right. Here, just give me a moment here. I got something to warm you up.
Okay.
It's not magic or nothing. Although it might put you in kind of a daze. Hold on. Here. And I'm gonna go right to the bag of holding.
Okay.
All right. Katsuda, you're good? All right. I'm gonna reach in, pull out a full bottle of swill.
Okay.
If you drink have you had this before?
No.
Yeah, it'll knock a flea off a dog, but it'll do the job. Keep you warm tonight if you want it.
What flea dog?
It's just a insect that sucks blood off an animal. But anyways, here you go. If you wanna, this is just kind of hard, strong alcohol. It'll put some hair on your chest, which
Strong.
yes.
And you see him take it with one very Carl Weathers arm, and takes a swig of it. Ah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. You can keep that bottle. I got like 48 more of them. You're good to keep that one. That's yours.
Gift.
Yes. Yeah.
Ah.
Thank you for. It's a gift for being such a great host, for welcoming us into your village and welcoming us.
Puts the bottle down and takes his very large, just like that, like it's very large sort of bone collar necklace, and takes gift.
Can I do an insight check to see if I don't accept this gift, if I will offend him?
Sure.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be an 8.
Okay. He seems nervous in the interaction. You get the idea that this might be like a language barrier thing. So in answering your question, it's really kind of more like it would be harder to explain not taking it.
All right. Oh, okay, so I appreciate that. Here, I'll thank you. I'll take it from him and I'll just go. Thank you very much, and I'll put it over my head and like put it on, like this. Wear it like this.
Good.
Good. Good. Yeah, high five. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do it again. This time you feel like oh yeah, okay, cool. That's what a brick wall feels like as you like try like hard, like so he's very, very strong. As so are you, but there's that moment of like strength meeting strength, and yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But yeah.
Take a gift.
Yeah, that's yours. Enjoy. It's good. It's good. Not all Leonin are bad. All that was a weird statement. I'm going to sleep right now. But
I'm gonna roll to see if he understands that.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know why I rolled 2 die, because I feel like it should be 1. But I'm going to tell you, both of those die were a 9. So I don't think he understands that at all. So he just kind of gives you a look.
Yeah, I says I'm confused. I do this all the time with Ianthe, and yeah, I'm sorry. It's all good. It's good. Gift, yeah. Thank you. Heart. Love.
Pull heart.
Yeah. No, don't pull heart.
You see his eyes go wide. Oh. Sorry. Like female?
What?
No.
No, I just go where I'm good either. Oh, yeah, you're.
No.
I just went through a really bad. The last guy I was sort of with threw me down an elevator shaft, and then he got smashed in the ground by a demon who probably killed him. Then he got sucked into hell where he fucking deserved to be. And then we got chased, and it kind of destroyed. I don't think right now is the time to really kind of go I'm not looking for anything, and I don't really. I'm sorry. I don't think I want. I could. I don't. I could. Don't get me wrong. I could. I'm all. I just probably should. And then also, I got this white mark on. I'm gesturing towards this, and I'm afraid there's only been. If you touch this, you might not. I just don't. Thank you is good, but no. I'm just gonna make an X motion around my crotch. No, not tonight. I'm sorry, not tonight.
He looks so confused at everything you just said. You do that. He goes, good. Katsuda too.
Actually, yeah, that's actually been weighing on my chest for quite a while. Thank you, Kasuda. Thank you.
Welcome.
Good. All right. Bye. Goodbye. Yeah, sure. Yeah, bye.
You did this. He goes like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And you see he just kind of nervously just kind of walks out of the tent.
I can't tell Brian. I just turned him down. That would be. He would never forgive me. All right.
Above board, he was saying that he's not into men.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I was like, oh, this is good.
But I love just you taking it that way. It's so good.
No, it was beautiful. Timestamp, favorite moment of the night. Let's do it.
Beautiful.
No one steal it.
No one steal it. No one. That is Grian's.
I'm
Cool.
gonna take this moment, and I think what I'm gonna do now is lay down. If you got more for me, DM Joe, let me know. But I'm gonna lay down, and where Tishian was expecting sleep, I think he's now just laying in bed with thoughts racing in his mind.
Okay.
So not asleep.
Anything specific?
I think as he was talking to Katsuda, even through that moment of levity, there were flashes across Tishian's mind of, was this person a witness? Was this person there? Does this person have family that was part of the slaughter? Or was this person, how was this person affected? And in realizing that, every time he would try to, as he was talking, that thought just kept intruding in of what horrible thing happened to this person. And as I'm laying down, these thoughts are still racing through my mind. And especially as I'm also thinking about that white mark on my chest, or on my mane. And how that's a reminder of the blood spilled on this very soil.
Tishian, I think in that moment of leaning in or maybe even letting in the intrusive thoughts and dwelling on them, I'd like you to give me a religion check.
I'm not very good at those. Oh, God bless. And that one.
I love that. That makes a lot of sense. You'll find out. We'll pause you there. Adim and Ianthe and Alyssa. With the figures gone, you see the figure that is now at this point kind of going in and out. I'm getting a lot of feedback from you, Chelsea. If there's like a fan on or something, it's...
No?
Okay. Weird. Okay. Yeah. So you see Kay kind of just going in and out. Doesn't really see what you probably didn't see what you guys did, and is still just kind of hanging like this.
Good. Can I use? I'll use my one arm to put under his torso and hold him up, and see if I can use my knot tying skills to get him untied. I'm guessing I may be a better knot tier than these barbarians.
Yeah, I mean, this is a sailor thing for sure. Sleight of hand check with advantage.
Okay. Hopefully.
Unless there's something specific in the sailor thing that I don't remember.
Not really. Oh, I rolled the same thing twice. Oh no, one better than the other. 24. I rolled a 23 and a 24.
Yeah, dude, you're good. Of course, absolutely. One hand is cool. Untying the knot.
Untying him and support him, and just start walking back the way we came into the village.
Okay.
While we're still out of sight of everybody, I just wanted to do a quick healing word on Kay, just so he's not like
awesome.
That hurts. Like, I'm not gonna put him back to normal, but I would like to bring him back into consciousness.
Yeah. Okay. I think as like in the process of walking through and trying to kind of take a moment, you're just hearing him. You hear him repeating a word over and over again. Oruka.
Is that not primordial?
I think it is and it isn't. I'm gonna need a check on this.
Too much of a slang or a derivation that
very, very much a derivation.
Got it. What am I? I'll try. What am I doing? What am I rolling?
Investigation.
A 2. Okay. Oruka. Got it.
Ianthe, you also speak primordial, correct?
Well, I have the gem of translation, so for now, yes.
Okay.
Oh, then wouldn't she just understand it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Yep. That's one way to do it. You hear you hear a translation of something that I think Ianthe, with the gem of translation, you actually hear there's like a weird sort of like pause from it, as if the gem is having a hard time finding the words to represent in your on your side, but eventually it gets to the word distasteful.
Hold on, my translators. Oh. That seems a bit rude.
What?
He said distasteful.
I kind of squeeze him a little bit and say, no, accept the help. I just keep on walking with him.
Okay, interesting.
That's in primordial.
Cool. Maybe fun stuff. Maybe fun stuff. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. We'll say like Ianthe, that's when your like healing word kind of takes effects and he kind of like wakes up a little bit as you're traveling back. But as you're traveling back, Alyssa kind of grabs your hand. Ianthe just pulls you back just for a second, not to really even pull you out of like Adim's hearing, really just more of like I think really of like this is interesting. Stop while I try to say this. I'm trying to think of like the way, like maybe it's just a child thing of like, wait, I have something important to say.
Everybody shut up. Hold everything.
Yeah,
I have a thought.
I saw a bug. No, that's not what she says. I don't know why I don't understand Mesetti language.
Right. Most of us don't.
Okay. I did like heard something that said like out of balance.
Who said that?
Kind of points to K.
You heard him say that? Out of balance?
Yeah. Just kept saying it over and over again.
And you heard it like that?
First I heard it like
Sure, that's what I heard too.
yeah.
Out of balance.
But you heard
I heard him say-
distasteful?
I did.
Is that like something where you can't taste something?
Sort of. It means something you don't like it. It's not acceptable. It's not in good taste.
Because it's out of balance?
Could be.
Ow. Something bit me. Can we go?
I know, there's bugs everywhere. This was a bad idea.
Did I hear that conversation? Because you said she wasn't trying to get out of
You
it?
did, for sure. Yeah, she wasn't keeping you from it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I would have told you about it if otherwise.
Okay. And I don't respond. I let them have the conversation. I will only help him as much as he needs to continue once he's healed. If he wants to walk on his own, I let him walk on his own.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, he seems to need a lot of help.
Then I help him.
I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, I'm helping him. And through Primordial, I want to know where his tent is.
Yeah. He will just kind of walk through this part of it. He's definitely going like, let me go. Like doing the whole like sort of like this is.
He says, "Let me go."
Yeah.
I let him go, and he falls over.
Yeah, cool. I like that a lot.
And then I say, I pick him up by the scruff. I say, "No," and I put his arm back around my shoulder, and I start walking with him again.
This highly dishonorable.
Okay, I sit him down against a tree, and I kneel in front of him. So like I'm just like not hands and knees, but like kneeling, so I'm like about his height, give or take. And I say, "Hit me. I'll teach you something. Hit me." It's training. Hit me.
And like does a very weak.
And I let him. I let him make contact.
Okay. It's awful. It wouldn't hit you in real life.
But I maybe lean into it a little bit, so it does.
Yeah, I like it.
The whole point is to let him hit me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh no. I was gonna say you take half of whatever this die is, and it was a 1. You take 1 point of damage.
Okay, that's fine. I will take the damage. And I hit my jaw, so like you're rubbing it out. I said, "Okay, I messed up. I don't know your fighting skills, but it's not dishonorable to have been hit. I learned from it. Hit me again." Hit me.
And he does it again.
And I parry him.
Okay. Yeah. I rolled lower. You nailed
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah, you got it.
And I'm like, so now that I've learned something, I can do better next time. And I put my hand on his lapel and push him against the tree. Did you learn something tonight? Did you learn something tonight?
You see, you repeat yourself. You see his eyes kind of get fiery for a second, and then doesn't break eye contact and just kind of nods.
Then tomorrow you will be better. There is no dishonor. There is learning. Now let me help you. And I call him brother, and I pick him up, and I start walking him to his tent.
Nice. You see...
We're about the same age, no? Give or take.
What's
sorry.
that?
I remember from last meeting, we're about the same age, right?
Yeah.
Give or take? Yeah.
Yep.
So that's why I called him brother. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know things you don't, but let me train you. Like, let me be your guide. Let me be your brother. So,
Cool. Along the way, I think he's very weak, so he guides you to where his tent is. And at this point, you learn something new of the, something else of the culture that is at least true on the downside of this, that those that are on the far edges of the community are less honored than the ones that are closer in. As you see, his tent is oddly, actually, the closest tent that there would be to. I mean, it's the north, which would be where Udris would be. So it's the closest in that direction.
okay. I get him into his tent.
It's awful.
That's
Like
fine.
it's a. I mean, the tent. It's like it's a cot.
Okay. I get him into his cot. I put whatever bed coverings are over him. And I tell him, I say, go to sleep. Training's over for tonight.
Was that close?
Very. Go to sleep.
And he kind of turns over.
Once I think he's sleeping, Anthe, I'll stay here tonight. I don't trust those people. I'll see you tomorrow.
Dean, why do they treat him like this?
I got bullied a little bit by some of the kids when I was younger. He's different. He's smaller. He's young. He has to learn to stand up for himself so he can learn from his mistakes and stand up to them or take his own path. But I don't think without significant help they'll hurt me. So I'll stay here tonight.
You're very good for doing this.
Yeah. He's not a bad kid. Have a good night.
Right. Good night. You even got a rock, but I guess
I do.
send
I
one.
didn't take my jewelry.
Send word if you need anything.
Okay. So once you get yours back, nobody has them right now, but I still have my jewelry. So good choice, I guess, when making this new bracelet.
Yeah.
You see Alyssa comes up, and if you're laying down on the ground,
Yeah.
or sitting down on the ground at this point, you see Alyssa kind of comes up to you and just grabs your face.
I smile at her.
Squishes a little bit.
I let her go squish. I smile up and just giggle. I chuckle a little bit. Don't giggle, I chuckle.
You're coming tomorrow, right?
Oh yeah. I don't live here. Remember, you guys are my tribe. And I wink at her.
She gives you a very big hug around your neck.
I give her a hug back. Once Anthony and Alyssa are gone, I will collect water from nearby using shape water, and I cover the entrance so it's a muddy puddle. because as I doze off, if someone tries to come in, I want them to splash so I have a chance to hear it.
I like it.
And
Very
assuming that there's some kind of support of this tent, whatever it is, I basically want to fall asleep so I can see him and the opening of the tent and just like sleep in a safe position.
It's not long. I'm gonna keep this scene going just real quick because this is definitely what would be happening.
Okay.
It's not long until you hear that splash.
I wake up. I open my eyes.
You see Carrie.
That's the woman who they were fighting over, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not hiding, so I stand up and quietly in primordial say, "Good evening." And she was clearly like I was sitting somewhere else. It was not like some kind of creepy situation
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah, she says, "Oh," I think just like in full surprise, and she goes, she'll say in common, "He okay?"
Yes, he'll be fine. We talked after the fight, and I gave him some training, so next time he'll be better. None of which Joe is a lie.
Good. Good.
Would you like me to lead you?
No, I just want to make sure he's okay.
He's well, and he will be happy, I think, to hear that you came to visit him. I stay here this evening because my primordial is weak, and I wasn't sure if training would continue tomorrow morning, and I didn't want to leave him without training if that's what he wished.
You, good person.
I try.
Carrie learned something tonight too.
I hope it was good.
Don't know. Good night.
Good night. Where did you learn common?
My mother.
Oh. You're a very apt student.
She used to say maybe life away from Mesetti someday.
I am far from home myself, so maybe.
I had pushed that thought too far today.
The thought perhaps is a good one. I do not know you or your people. But can I suggest that there are lots of paths that would allow that thought to grow? So maybe find a better one. And maybe take people with you. And I kind of look over at Kay. It's always good to have friends and family when you travel.
You travel with one that you all seem very she seems to struggle to find the word different.
From each other?
Yes.
Very. And there's a weight to Adim's words when he says that. There's a heaviness when he says very.
So you travel alone?
Me?
You say travel with family.
Friends and family, and one of them is my family. The others may consider me a friend. We haven't really discussed it.
The large lion man.
Yes.
Some say he might be from Morani death.
Honestly, I don't know. And Joe, I do know. I don't think Adim does know for sure. I mean, I know
Adim
he's
does
talked,
know.
but I don't know what his place in it. Like, I know he was there, but I'm not sure what he did or did not do. So that's why Adim's like, I don't
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
He said he may be. I'm not sure, but if he was, I believe he is trying to do his best to make amends. And if he wasn't, I have no doubt. Actually, even if he was or he wasn't, I have no doubt he seeks justice for those lost. He is a good person. I don't know who he was, but he is a good person. Bless you.
Thank you. There was one. There was one who was left that went to find justice. We don't speak his name.
May I guess his name and you can tell me if I know it without you speaking it? Because I think I met one of your people.
Quickly nods.
Is the name Slagtan? I'm sorry. He's allergic to a Adim.
How you, where, one would want to know where.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, Joe. I was talking over you.
One would want to know where.
Where Slagtan is, or where he was, or...
You see that she's uncomfortable with answering that.
Okay.
And you...
I'm so sorry, Joe. Oh my goodness.
Fucking hate allergies. All right.
So
Yeah.
I will kind of back away from asking her what she wants to know. I said, here's what I can tell you of Slagtan. He always fought well and honorably. I would like to think that he and I were friends. I know that he and the Leonin were friends. I know that for a fact. He died, fortunately, but he died with honor, and he died defending those weaker than us. and I miss him every day. So I'm sorry that whatever traditions you have guide you to not speak of him, but honestly, his name should not be forgotten.
I will tell Mother. He died the Morani way. Protected. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Kind of gives one last look at Kay. Walks off.
Okay. I will reset my trap, my puddle trap,
I
and
think that's cool.
kind of lean back again and just I'm watching over him, but as far as she's concerned, we're training in the morning. So I'm not going to bring him any dishonor unless the people who I routed by using my fists and my feet are going to admit to that. Then no one would know.
Grian. We'll wait for the music to catch up. In your after a time.
Can't believe it's already been a couple hours. Damn. Feels like everyone spent like 15 minutes.
This would happen later.
Okay, moving forward. Got it.
You hear a deep voice from outside the tent. Do you think you got this person's name?
Ooh, great question. You know what? Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. You hear Ushma. Grian, you do not speak Parmono, right?
No.
Cool. You hear some other words. You see Ushma kind of like look at you and points kind of like under the cot.
Probably having been in the situation a couple times, Korean's gonna duck under the bed.
Cool. Good. It's one of those moments I rolled and I was like, please don't roll well. Please don't roll well. Great. You see feet enter in. Give me a perception check, Grian.
Perception is a dirty 20.
Okay. You're hearing conversation and words that are stronger and like giving these very like kind of almost, I think for Green, seeming like kind of like barbaric and very grunty. But you recognize the voice. It's Katsuda. Just for clarification's sake, so you have Eyes of the Runekeeper. That's just reading, right?
Yeah,
Or do you not have that?
it's just reading.
Cool. You see a blanket fall to the floor that is not in this tent. I think it could be an Arcana check.
It's not great. It's a 13. I'm sorry, 12.
12. There's a faint signal of something. And a signal of anything here is odd. Something you didn't recognize on Katsuda before. And you can hear what sounds like Katsuda showing Ushma something. You hear a lot of words. Ushma not seemingly not understanding, looking at whatever was handed to him. And you hear Katsuda respond with words, and then you catch one of them. Sajar. Ushma kind of stands up. You can see the cot kind of move slightly. You kind of brace yourself, just make sure. Ushma is raising his voice slightly, trying to... he's raising his voice slightly, but actually, like, both of them, you notice, are now kind of in, like, more of, like a loud whisper sort of thing, of, like, actually, like, being something they're worried about. You can tell Ushma is not really interrogating, but dismissive of whatever Katsuda's wanting. You hear the conversation go from moments of somewhat like dismissiveness to pleading to now anger. You hear Ushma you hear Ushma use the word Oruka. And then there is a green flash and a heavy thud as you see a body fall to the floor. And you hear the sound of someone leaving the tent.
I want to see who the body is.
Crawl out. Turn the figure over. But you know before you turn over. It's Ushma.
Can I check and see if he's dead? Like straight up dead?
Looking at his eyes, there is no life in them.
Okay. I'm gonna get dressed super quick. I'm going to grab my ring, and I am going to message somebody. I'm gonna message Ianthe. The oh fuck, what's his name?
Katsuda.
Katsuda. Katsuda just killed this guy. Ushma. I don't know what they were talking about, but this guy's dead. And this isn't good. I'm in a tent near where the fight was. And that's probably like the end of my words.
Before you respond, Ianthe, Jett, do you go back to your tent?
I think after having a couple drinks, Jett would go back to the tent. But I think I know where this is going already.
Okay.
And
follow me. Where are you going?
he's gonna go to the tent, and he's gonna go right for his robes and just look and see.
Ianthe, where are you?
I would be walking. Alyssa and I'd be walking back to our tent, I think.
Okay. This is pretty late at night, so this is like
We're
hours later.
I'm probably pretty lost too.
Fair. Okay. So I think from this moment, the scene kind of cuts to Ianthe hearing this, kind of turning back around, looking at Alyssa. Ianthe, what do you say in response to Grian?
Get back to our tent. We'll meet there. And figure this out. Now.
I'll use my last message, my last sending. Ianthe, I can't just leave him here. He's dead. It would look suspicious 100%.
In that moment, Grian, as you're talking about this, there's this thought of, I wasn't paying attention. You rolled on that one. I don't know how many people saw me walk with him back to the tent. Ianthe, do you respond?
Hide yourself. I will come and find you. But try not to be seen by anyone.
So you say hide yourself, Ianthe. We snap back to Jett. We hear the rest of the message. Try not to be seen by anyone. As you lift off the last cover, I will find you. Jett, there is no book there. Codex is gone. And with that, we'll end tonight's session. We'll see you guys next week.